with caution.
What is up, my cautious dudes, and welcome to another RGL Highlights Week. This time we're already at Highlights Week number 5, and we've got a special treat for you guys tonight. We've got mainly only Minions matches because Masters once again has been, they're living in their own delayed world. We only got one Masters match so far. However, this is probably, according to TTTPPP, most of the Masters have used all of their delays and etc, etc. So week 6 should be packed like crazy with Master content. But before we head over to the actual replays, let's once again look at the forum post that our RGL reporter, Mr. TTTPPP, has typed out for us. And just out of respect, I always like to go over those forum posts, so it's not made for nothing. At least on my end, that's how I feel about it. So yeah, here we go. Week 5 was the quietest week yet, with only a single Masters game. We're now at a point where all but 2 Master players have 2 or more delays active. There are a reasonable number of active delays in Minions too, but on the whole, then Minions players have been much better at getting games played. There was only one Master match this week, and it was actually pretty good. Oh, thank God. I mean, that's why it's in the highlights, right? Which is Dodder versus Eugenator. Best of the rest, hold bookend. Wait, is that bookended? Is that an actual word? Bookended. What? So it's like this. What? Whatever. I'll skip that word. I guess it's bookend, maybe? I'm not entirely sure. This week with a couple of matches near the midnight. How is it bookended? Is it bookended? Wait. Did I spell it wrong? Let me have a look. I've never even heard of this word. Oh, it's past tense. I didn't even look at that. Be positioned at the end or on either side of something. Okay. Okay. I never heard of that before. Yeah. Okay, I've never heard of that. But okay, we learn something new every single time. Hulk bookended this week with a couple of matches near to midnight on the 2 Sundays. I decided to include both of them in this week's highlights. The first match against Sigil was just after midnight last week. Oh, fair enough. And the second match started just before midnight yesterday. So we got Big Hulk versus Sigil and Big Hulk versus Mo. Honorable and dishonorable mentions. Not content with only 2 matches from the Hulk this week. Okay, here's the third. Oh my god, we got 3 Hulk matches this week. Will Spetsnaz use mind layers? If so, then will Hulk be surprised by them? Let's find out. I think the better question is, will Spetsnaz finally make a waypoint for his war factory? Or no, maybe the better question is, how many tanks will sit idle in front of his war factory? That's the biggest question. Regardless, finally I was in 2 minds about including this match. Last week we had Sigil versus Mo, a 6-minute masterpiece. Yes, that was a hell of a set. This week we have my match against Leaf, which is both longer and I think it's fair to say more frustrating. Alright, so I'm gonna lose brain cells tonight. Nice. The second game is the longest since season 4 of Raggle, which alone would get it into the highlights, but also, like I said at the start, this was a quiet week for RGL matches. So we got Private Leaf versus TTTPPP himself. Week 6 should hopefully be a great week, which is next week, since most Master players are running out of delays and because the group stage needs to be finished by the end of week 7. Alright, so I'm going to be frustrated. Not common here in the UK. Interesting. That's actually really interesting because I know TTTPPP is from the UK, but whatever. Alright, so we've got a lot of Hulk matches. So I'm gonna try and spread them out so we don't see a lot of Hulk for the entirety of the stream. So I guess we're gonna start from top to bottom, then I'm gonna switch. These are not included in the Raggle highlights, but Hans suggested them through the Discord to be included, so I included them because he told me they were pretty good. So yeah, we'll have to find out and see. But first, we're gonna start with Hulk versus Mo.
Battle control initialized.
Now, both of these players so far have provided a formidable amount of highlights in this entirety of the Raggle season. I remember Hulk being versus Triple TP. I think that was his first match where he lost an MCV to a thief, which was kind of crazy. And you know, Mo was part of the longest match in history so far, which I've been told that is going to be broken, that record, tonight by Triple TP himself. So yeah, let's find out and see how this is. It's probably more common in other parts, I reckon. That makes sense. UK is kind of big. It's hard to keep track out of all these uses of languages. Bookends are objects. Yeah, I know that. So that's where it comes from. Oh, I see. Yeah, okay, yeah. We have bookends as well. I've seen bookends before. My dad used to have a Garfield collection, and he actually had bookends that consisted of Garfield figures as well. Regardless, we are once again back on the lands of greener pastures. This map has been played so many times, and even in just casual matches, I've seen a lot of people pick this map as well. But Hulk is just going in with his green color. I guess we're in the week of the Hulk tonight, so I gotta be careful if I don't get too angry. Otherwise, I might turn into an actual Hulk. Yeah, both players are gonna try and counter each other's oil. Mo went for, you know, double ref build, same as Hulk. Seems like Hulk was a little bit fast. Yeah, he's a couple of seconds faster right now. And yeah, I just love this map. There's nothing wrong with this map. I think this is a really good map. Oh, but there is something wrong with that. No, that's gonna backfire. Oh, he got lucky. He selected this cell. I'm not sure. Can you stand in the cell of the barrels, or do the barrels count as riflemen? So does that mean there can be like 5 barrels in one cell? I'm actually not sure. But Mo's engineer got sniped in the bottom right. So this is pretty good from Hulk to send over a single rifleman. He did the same over here as well. So he's actually in a pretty good state right now. He's pretty much in control of the map in the early game. He went for a lot more rifles as well, so he's going to delay his rockets, but he's already building those. So far I'm actually really I'm content about Hulk's performance so far. Except I don't really like the barrel part, but it's whatever. Regardless, Hulk just took the hospital, which is really good because he had a lot of damaged rifles as well, and he's Soviet, so it's always a pretty good advantage to have. So many cool people in the chat except Tux. Yeah, Tux, you definitely made a name for yourself. Maybe not in the best way, but you know, at least you made a name for yourself. Oh yeah! Thanks for calling that out. Yeah, I just saw it. Thanks. Yeah, we had a best of 7 this last Sunday. Between Yunano and Widow, and after that we had a Chinese best of 5 between Hans and Stromberg. You can still watch that if you want. It's up in the highlights. Or just video channel, I'm supposing. The VOD will stay up for 2 weeks. Man, get rid of these barrels, please! This man just wants to die. Yeah, so far I really like what Hulk has been doing. It seems like Mo did reinvest in a new engineer, and he has the Ranger as well, so that's going to be good for him. In the meantime, Hulk is going to get his 3rd oil, whereas Mo is going to get his 1st oil of the match. Passive play from both gens so far. A little bit on the late side here. Hulk with his flak. Noticed too late that the scout was being killed. If he was there in time, he could have maybe either killed the NG or been lucky and killed both the Ranger and the NG. Oh wow, Mo actually going in, fighting at a vision disadvantage here, but it pays off because he killed 2 rockets And he's gonna kill all these rifles here as well. Flak now doing some soaking. Hulk is asking stop. Almost lost his flak truck as well. Yeah, surprisingly a pretty good engagement for Mo. Oh damn, there were a lot of people in here tonight. Yeah, as I've been told, this was closed before midnight. Oh, okay. So it seems like Mo has gone to the dark side as well. Where Widow is offering them cookies. Because he is going for a mine layer as well, just like Spetsnaz does. And, you know, this is in a pretty good position. Mine layer gets out, clutches his way out of there. And let's have a look at the build order so far. We've got both players with an MCV. Seems like Mo is actually now on the quicker side with his macro play. Oh, what? Oh, levitating feet. Oh, Hulk is going at it again. Actually, this might work. There's no rocket soldiers at all. So the only damage that they can do to the heavy tank is the medium tanks themselves. However, on the other side, Hulk only has one rocket as well. Very interesting engagement so far. It's an interesting game actually. It's very quiet. Not a lot of intense action going on. We had some clashes here and there. But shit still might go down, and this is going to be a really good engagement for Hulk. Medium tanks are busy killing the oil. There's no protection for the rifles at all. There's still no rockets in that army. Most rockets are all just chilling over here. They're off duty. They're taking a break. Unfortunately, you can never take a break from war. That's not how it works. Yo, what's up, Mega Tank? It's 1080p. I changed up my settings because oh my god, that was loud. I figured my OBS can handle it right now, and even though Twitch is not really going to be able to showcase it most of the time, it's actually better for me converting it to YouTube. That's the main reason I did it. Because usually my Twitch streams were 720p, and then I had to convert it to 1080p for YouTube, which kind of was a hassle. Oof! Oof, oof! Oh, there's still more. Oh my god, those mines definitely paid off. But Mo is still missing so many rockets in his army. He has no rockets at all. Granted, once again, Hulk only has one because he lost so many to the mines. And his entire army will be killed here without actually doing anything at all. Didn't gain anything out of it. So, yeah, Hulk is actually in a lot of trouble. At the same time, Mo's medium tanks are all chilling in the main base. No support for this army, so they could potentially all be cooked by flame towers. But yeah, there's a lot of lack of scouting for Hulk going on here. There's no vision whatsoever. Except for his bases, but that's about it. Lots of his army is out of position, I would say. So let's see how that goes. Yeah, that was only 4 mines. That was crazy value right there. And now it's actually claiming a heavy tank. Four units there. Yeah, that was a pretty big hit as well. Once again, Hulk is retreating. And just like that, Mo is already ahead 10k in army value, which is kind of ridiculous. Pretty poor formation for Hulk, but due to the armor and, you know, the army combination, rifles and rockets, he's just going to be able to deal with all the medium tanks from Mo. So Mo actually donated a lot of army there. In the meantime, he went to attack the expansion. He actually got rid of it, including a newly built war factory, which is a big investment, especially just to lose it like that. Hulk once again is going to press on his attack in the bottom expansion. I can see this definitely going bad. He only has one tank to protect his own infantry. But once again, Mo is lacking rockets to do so. So it's going to come down to the medium tanks, and they already did it. So now this is vulnerable to pillboxes. And this is not going to bode well for Hulk. It's going to be completely surrounded, but this army actually has accomplished a lot. Not only is it dealing damage to the expansion, that's not the greatest thing in the world, but look at the army values so far. Like, Hulk was 10k behind, and this army single-handedly just made it back almost even. Hopefully, Hulk can keep turning it around. Both players taking more expansions. Hulk is the first one going to Raider Dome, I'm assuming. Yep, in the meantime, most Mine Layer has been doing tons of work as well. Once again, this patch is severely mined out. Get it? It's not a harvester, but you know, it's a Mine Layer this time. And I do like the combination that Hulk is using with flamethrowers. So far, he has been getting a lot of value out of that. Alright, things have settled down, so let's have a look at the graph so far. Got the earnings graph very much back and forth. Moa did have a submittable amount of more eco. Is that going to be the case still? Yes, it can still show that he's floating 10k in the bank. Hulk is only floating 5, but still in both cases it's just way too much. He shouldn't be floating at all. And let's have a look at the army graph as well. So yeah, this is the gap that I was talking about. Mo was ahead 10k in army value, but that one small army from Hulk made it all the way almost even, which is pretty crazy. Oh, there's Mo with Raider Dome as well. He's making arties. He's got 2 helipads, so he's gonna be in a pretty good position. He's got a pretty decent defense up here as well, with a good amount of pillboxes, a turret, and a little bit of mines. And yeah, Hulk is fairly passive, I would say. I feel like most of the times he's just been attacking. That's probably his biggest issue. He has been attacking a lot just head on into an army, head on, like just like that. Like, the thing is, he's blindly going into angles which are not working out for him. Once again, he has no soakers here. He's running straight into a wall of pillboxes, and his entire army is getting annihilated just by pillboxes. So now once again, he's gonna try his luck here in the middle again. 2v2 shots being wasted. Blackhawk is doing a pretty good job. Can the V2s turn it around though, is the question. Not being microed though, so once again they fired all their shots. They need to reload. Blackhawk is coming in from behind to deal with them, but they can't kill all 3. But the second Blackhawk will definitely be able to do that. Yeah, once again this army didn't do anything at all for Hulk except die. And slowly but surely this is once again turning into Mo's favor. And I think it's gonna stay that way from here on out. Both players are on the same tech level, but Mo so far has used that in a much better way than Hulk. I feel like, especially if you're Raider Dome, like Hulk has the capability of using the yaks as scouting tools and knowing where to attack. And he could have done that before he wasted his armies. Have a look around with the yaks, see what's going on, see where everything's at, see where the army is, and try to get some value that way. He does have a lot of heavy tanks to his disposal, but he's also sending it in by themselves while he's actually producing infantry on the right side. So his army is also split off. I do see like the reason why he would build infantry here, because he knows that this expansion is quite vulnerable and he wants to keep it safe. But now he's actually missing the support that his tanks needs in the middle. But he did manage to fend them off for now with the axe. For some reason, Mo is very passive as well. He's always been like that. But yeah, this army is completely useless. And it is going to be spotted by this pillbox as well. This army is going to have a really, really bad time. Oh no. Oh no. Yep, so it gets spotted now. Those 2 Blackhawks are going to completely clean everything up here. Yeah, look at that value just from Blackhawks. But now Mo has to do something though. Like, he is 20k ahead in army value. The main base is completely vulnerable. I'm just curious to see what Mo is going to do. He also has the Blackhawks. Like, he can do a formidable amount of scouting. Oh wow, that yak just got completely obliterated. I think that is probably Mo's greatest weakness. Maybe it's because of the fact he doesn't really realize how far ahead he is. That might be the case. But he could just use that army in the middle and just go straight to the main base, or, you know, but at least use the Blackhawks. Have a look around. Use them for scouting. See what you can do. Is he making medium tanks? Yeah, he is. Got a lot of medium tanks. I saw 3 in the top as well. They're probably going to harass the harvesters. Yeah, but this could have ended at least 10 minutes ago, I believe. Oh, why are there a move command? Whew. Alright, so now he's going to check out the main base. Hulk, in the meantime, is going to launch a counterattack. Gonna take out the SD. So that also gives him the intel that he can just go for it. But he's gonna keep his army in the middle. In the meantime, nice eco harassment here on the right side. I like that. And Mo should see this army. He knows it's there. He can just take that out. That's the only army from Hulk that is alive right now, that even exists. But he took out 3 harvesters just like that. So I think he finally feels comfortable now going for it. He also killed a 4th harvester over here as well. So that is going to bring Hulk to 5 harvesters. Soon it will be 4. Both players just went up to tier 3. Ooh, that actually might be a really good parabomb, but I think it's going to be a tiny tad too late. Could have been great. Oh, I think Hulk is not aware about the fact that you can change their direction. If you just decided to go from the upper part of the map, then that would have definitely been on time. Yeah, another 2 harvesters died here, so not that many harvesters left for Hulk. Mo going straight for the tier 3. And over here are the 4 medium tanks from earlier, 5 even, that were harassing the harvesters. So now they're going to merge their armies. Flame Tower might still get some decent value, but Mo is definitely doing damage right now. So even if he loses this army, it doesn't matter because all the damage has been done. There is almost, yeah, there's no harvesting going on. Wait, I think Hulk is on 0 harvesters. He is zero harvesters. All of his harvesters died. This is gonna be a final push from Hulk onto the expansion. But Blackhawks are already coming in the back, sniping the V2, sniping the infantry. So only the heavy tanks are going to be a threat. But Mo should just keep going, kill all the buildings, and he should be fine. Double turret here, all rocket soldiers. Yeah, he's gonna be perfectly fine. He's fine. Mo in the meantime is doing some cleanup. These 3 heavy tanks are the last army resort. Yep. And Hulk calls the GG. So first game is going to Mo. Before Hulk surrendered, he wanted to see that MCV die. And that's exactly what he wanted. He's like, fuck that MCV, man.
Terminated.
Short tick belt or long slim? I would probably say tick as well, because tanks need at least 2 mines to die. I'm not even sure if that counts for heavy tanks. I believe they... I don't think they could tank 3. That would be kind of crazy if they were able to soak 3 mines. But then again, heavy tanks are fairly strong in terms of HP. I should test that actually. I know medium tanks for sure die in 2 hits. But I can't recall if heavy tanks actually survived with like a sliver of health. Alright, we're back at it again. We're playing on what is this, Territorial? Oh yeah, it's this map. Wow. That's yeah. That's a lot of fake structures. Could almost say that Admiral Mo is Admiral Moats. Moats used to do the same thing. I remember in the last week highlights, Mo went for like 4 war factories. 3 of them were fake. And I can't remember who he was playing, but his opponent killed 1 war factory and it was the real one. Which was kind of funny. They take less, but I still think it's 2. Okay, well that makes sense. Like I said, 3 would probably be a little bit too much. Okay, it seems like Mo is going for... Yeah, he's going for War Factory first. I'm not sure if that's gonna work out. Like, these fake structures are expensive. He's gonna stall for sure. That's already 400. I'm not sure how... I'm assuming this one's 200 as well. That's 600. These are probably 100 each, which is 800. And then I'm assuming these are 100 as well. That's 1k in fake structures. I mean, so far he's doing fine. But... Oh... Yeah, he's gonna stall for sure, no? Also, he doesn't even have a he doesn't even have a static defense. Yeah, he's gonna stall for sure. That kind of sucks. So that's gonna put him a little bit behind, and that takes away the purpose of War Factory First, in my opinion. Like, War Factory First is just a little bit more of a greedier build, but it gives you 4 harvesters a bit quicker. You can choose to get a tank out before your opponent, or to go for a very early MCV. But if you're gonna stall, then I feel like it takes away the purpose of, you know, of going War Factory First in the first place. In the meantime, Hulk going for double ref builds. It's quite an interesting War Factory play, so I'm not sure if I like that. I think it would have probably been better to get it over here. Then you still have the purpose served of putting it in the direction you want to expand towards, which I'm assuming is this one, but I believe this one is a lot better. And you can still get the road advantage, and at the same time you can get your harvesters close to dispatch at least. But we'll have to see. Oh my, come on man, this is disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. He's gonna be on 6 harvesters as well. Interesting choice here. Yeah, just like Spectator said, he's a little bit late on infantry production. So he's already like a small 4k behind in army value. At the same time, it's a little bit of a mistake from Hulk as well. He could have scouted the enemy base. I don't think he has done that. No, he has not. So he has no idea what's going on either. Bro. Why? This is so ridiculous. Bro, but I can't believe that Mo is actually going to get a great engagement here. Just because it's a handful of rifles. And Hulk's army, for some reason, is insanely spread out across the map. Regardless, Mo is still going to be first with his MCV, but just look at that. Like, there's not a big difference. For War Factory First, Mo is actually very late in terms of MCV. He went for a... Oh my god. If I were Mo, I probably would have let that happen just because it is a fake. I hope that was worth the 60 bucks. Oh, that was beautiful. Anyways, once again, we got a mine layer for Mo. So it's going to be interesting to see if Mo is going to get value out of that yet again. So far, not much action has been going on. Oh, yeah, no refinery ready yet for Hulk. He's gonna be fine. He still has a little bit of starting ore, but he might stall a little bit. But then again, he's floating 2.5k cash. So should be good for now. But this engagement could go terribly wrong. Hulk is immediately going to retreat. He's fighting against 2 medium tanks, and his heavy tanks are completely out of position. So he's forced to take the fight next to his flame towers. Oh, it's probably going to retreat. No, he's going to take it head on. That might be a really big mistake. Mo definitely doesn't have this army. And look at all those flames rain down upon Mo's army, getting cooked like a crisp. Mo should have realized that he was walking into a trap. But this worked out for Hulk. Mo immediately also expanding with the main MCV, leaving the fake MCV in the main base. Oh, heavy tanks are in such a poor position. This could be really bad. He will still be able to take that, but he had so many losses though. But anyways, this is still a good trade for Hulk. You can also harass these harvesters. And there's not much that Mo can do about it. Pretty good pillbox placement here. Is going to be able to pick off more infantry. Once again, the tanks are just getting... I don't know, they're just getting... what's a good word for it? Not entirely sure, but they're always behind enemy lines, which is not great. They're always behind their infantry. They're getting pushed aside. I guess riflemen and rockets are pretty needy people. They always want to be in front of the line. But regardless, that was still good. He did lose a lot of infantry there, but he still managed to deny this expansion. They didn't kill any harvesters though. It was good on the reaction part from Mo, being able to save those harvesters. And yeah, I feel like we could see a repeat of the previous game where Mo eventually is going to make the comeback. Hulk is getting split off yet again. It seems like Mo also used the mechanic to recover that heavy tank. He's gonna send it to the SD as well. In the meantime, this is not looking good. See if he can get some crusher with the heavy tank. Yeah, once again, Mo has taken the lead in terms of army value. This was a very poor attack from Hulk. Did not work out for him. And again, mechanics are being used to recover the husks of the heavy tanks. I really like that. Managed to save 2 at least. That's good value. Let's see, we got another war factory coming up here. It has quieted down a little bit. So let's have a look at the earnings graphs and the army graphs so far. So fairly similar, at least for now. I think that mainly has to do with the fact that Hulk was able to deny this expansion a while ago. But looking at it, Hulk might have a problem later on. He's completely drained out and he ticked up, so he might be stalling later on. Army values are also rather close, but Mo, look at that after that engagement. Look at this spike downwards. Pretty insane, actually. But there's only a 1k difference here. Mainly, that's probably because of the double war factory from Hulk as well. It's going to be really good to produce heavy tanks a little bit faster. But here we go. Once again, Hulk is going to move head in towards this expansion. So far, not much resistance, which is good for him. Flamers are ridiculous. If you want to take out an expansion or a building or a base like ASAP, just make sure you have a couple of flamers in your arsenal, because holy shit, their building damage is ridiculous. Unfortunately, killing that refinery didn't do anything at all because Mo still has one. So actually, Hulk didn't achieve much here. He took out a couple of racks and power plants here and there, but definitely not worth losing that army for it. Wait, is this Widow? Yeah, I thought so. He does have a point though. Like Mo should realize that he's pretty far ahead. But once again, he's Mo is so passive. So Mo is mainly the reason why matches take so long. And I'm not sure why. Like I'm assuming he just doesn't feel safe enough to move out, or doesn't have the confidence to do so, or he's just really bad at calculating how far ahead he could be. And Hulk is being an actual Hulk. He just goes in. Oh my god, look at this traffic jam here next to this SD with 3 heavy tanks. How many heavy tanks does he have? Let's have a look. I'm actually curious. Mo has more heavy tanks than the actual Soviet player. That's crazy. Alright, pretty good harassment here, but once again, he might lose that army just for a single harvester. And once again, for a single harvester, that is definitely not worth. The gap is becoming larger and larger in difference of army value. Mo has this in the bag, but he has to put on the pressure. I don't think a single army, a single unit from Mo has ever stepped foot in Moose's land, or Hulk's land, excuse me. Nope, nothing in the main base, nothing at this expansions at all. Oof. He doesn't want to end the game quick. I mean, I guess if I were Hulk, I would have probably just, you know, GG'd. Alright, here comes the dead ball of Mo though. This is kind of crazy. There is so many tanks, and they're all just completely protecting this infantry blob. I don't think this is stoppable. There's nothing he can do about this at all. Wow. It's a mix of heavy tanks and medium tanks. There's even a mine layer just, you know, taunting the man, putting mines in his own base. My man is done for. Ridiculous. How many tanks does he even have? 18 tanks total. Half of those are at least in that army block. Yeah, Mo went to Raider Dome as well. Let's have a last look at this incredible fake base. So much fakeness going on. It's actually ridiculous. MCV is not going to be able to get away because of these medium tanks. They have the same speed. Yeah, he's giving Hulk a lot of time to recover. Make a comeback. Okay, now Mo has double tech. You know, it's not necessary at all. But at some point, I have to believe you, Nano, because like you have just cleaned up an entire expansion. You have just cleaned up all the resistance that Hulk had to offer. And now he's just sitting here, you know, starting a campfire, roasting some marshmallows, chilling in the corner. Wait, he did survive too. Wait, what? But the first one did so much damage, so I'm assuming it wasn't a full hit. Oh, all the fake structures are going down. So many arties as well. Mechanics. Wait. I think there's so many mechanics that the tanks can't even kill the arty or the medium tank. Oh my god, that's disgusting. Come on, Mo. Please! This could have been over like 10 minutes ago. Wonder what happened in a Mo versus X game? Bro. In a Mo versus X game, I would probably just, that's one of those games where if you go to bed, the next day they're still playing. This is actually crazy. Bro, Mo, oh, okay, finally. Mo has 50k army value. Like, this was legitimately pissing me off. I'm not gonna lie. This is just... Or he's trolling, or I don't know what the hell he's doing. This is crazy. Mo smokes some pot. Yeah, actually I wouldn't be surprised. My man is probably like, every spectator is going nuts and he's probably like, man, just chill out, bro. Have a good time. It doesn't matter. Bro. You should follow that up with this army. Yes, there we go. Also, he can take this army as well. He's got so many tanks. What are you afraid of? Just, you can crush this entire army. Oh, Mo is definitely anything but a risk taker, that's for sure. Like, I think Hulk at some point was at 3k army value. Like, look at how low he has been. And Mo has just allowed him to come back 20k. This is also a reason that I feel like Mo could lose matches. If he does this to stronger players, they can definitely have a shot of coming back and making Mo regret the fact that he's so passive all the time. I can assure you. Okay. Okay. This is completely unnecessary, but whatever. I guess. Well, that didn't do anything. More just trying to be way too much big brain. Way too much. Alright, well. There's the GG. Thanks, Hulk, for relieving us from this pain. This is why I usually don't have any mercy if I'm playing Mo. If I'm playing Mo, I just go in. I just go freaking ham. And that's what you have to do against Mo. If you're gonna give Mo too much time, he is just going to... Like, I don't think he does this on purpose, let's be honest. But, you know, regardless. Alright, anyways, we're going over to Masters right now, which is the only Masters for this season, or for this week. And it's gonna be Dodder versus DerE. I'm actually surprised because, like, no offense to Dodder, but I would assume that Dodder was... I think Dodder is probably going to be on the last place in terms of score for Masters, and I feel like Dodder is probably one of the only players where I feel like that he doesn't belong in Masters, and that's no offense to him. Dodder has improved a lot, like definitely a lot. He has become a pretty good player, but so far, looking at the caliber that Masters League it has right now, like we have Ups, we have Blackened, we have Cav, Despro. Who else do we have? DerE, Gaseous. I don't feel like Dodder belongs in here, but regardless of that fact, he has been in a couple of highlights. I think at least this is the third time he's in a highlight so far. So, congrats to him for making that possible. It's not easy to do. Yeah, I wanna, in the meantime, look at his statistics right now. Where is Dodder? Well, at least Dodder can't do worse than Bane and Tux, because they forfeited. Okay. He's up against DerE though. DerE is a pretty formidable opponent. Definitely has earned his place in Masters so far. I can't recall how well he did in Season 12, but he was second in his group in Season 11 Minions. Dodder did really well in Minions, that is true. But I don't recall him actually winning the Minions division last season. Caution versus Mo confirmed. It's been a really long time, but if you really want to see my matches versus Mo, I think they're still up there somewhere. Last time I played him was Season 11. I think. I remember playing him in Season 11, which was a really quick 2-0 from me. Yeah, Dodder was third. I think it was between Leaf, Dodder, and Mies last season. Actually, like, we didn't see us. Oh, I think Mies did sign up, but he resigned right before the season started. Because I think he was the Minions champion last season. Alright, anyways. DerE going for light tank shenanigans. Went for double rift, but sold a rift. And Dodder went for double rift as well. But DerE right now pretty much in control. Took out the hospital. Potentially could have taken out the oil as well. I feel like Dodder's main army is way too much out of position. I feel like on big maps like this, there's really no need to send over your entire army to like locations that are close to the map like this. Especially if it's only like oils, there's no reason to do that. Recruits was one. Oh, BD was second. Really? Really? Wait. So if Dodder was third, Mies was recruits last season? Oh yeah, we actually had a recruits last season. Well, if Dodder was third and BD was second, no, because I think BD was in recruits as well. I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, let's focus on the match instead. Okay. Got some scouting going on right now from Dodder. Same could be said for DerE. I remember DerE being pretty good at this. Making sure that he has rifles set up in every single flank or position or patch. Just to give him that intel. DerE is a pretty strong player, I would say. Tux is now recruit since he forfeited. No, Tux is now in the garbage division. That's where you belong if you forfeit. Okay. Interesting position from Dodder. I don't think I've ever seen someone place their MCV in the middle. I'm assuming he's in a mindset of being like whoever controls the middle wins the game. There is some value to be had on this map, but this map is really big, so it's not gonna matter that much. But it's still very valuable to have. It is one of those flanks that you can cover with static defenses. So he's got that going for him, which is nice, but mainly you want to focus on this part as well, because this part is not only it's a big opportunity for DerE to flank, but at the same time your expansion is vulnerable. There's no eco slide from Dodder either, so he's gonna have some eco problems soon. For some reason he's also floating 2k cash. But Dodder is going to spot that army with his scouts, but he's busy somewhere else. And to be fair, it's going to hurt Dodder more than it's gonna hurt DerE. Dodder has scouted, or DerE has scouted this area with the light tank, so he can go straight for the refinery. He could have gone for the harvester instead, he would have killed both. But now the harvester will stay alive for now. Dodder a little bit indecisive here, but DerE is doing a pretty good job toying with him. I think Dodder is going to be really indecisive with his dead ball, whereas DerE is going to be able to put up the pressure. He's got a really nice flank on the right side. His flank is actually very dangerous. There's 6 rockets in there and 2 medium tanks, so they'll be able to do some massive damage. In the meantime, Dodder is going to try and do damage as well. There's no MCV support in this expansion, so no static defenses will be able to support DerE. And this is looking pretty good for Dodder. DerE is on his way back, and the damage should be minimized. I think he can at least save 1 refinery, and thus saving his eco as well. But he's going to preemptively move his harvesters back. I think that's a pretty good choice. But alas, the refinery is being targeted and is going to go down. Or... no. Gonna keep it alive. Oh, this MCV was making some bad choices. It's gonna go down. Once again, children, this is a tip why you never go move commands. Alright. Well, at least the refinery got saved, which means eco will be producing normally again. Unfortunately, DerE did miss a wonderful opportunity to deal massive damage to Dodder. He should have gone in with this army while this entire engagement is going on, or was going on, because that would have been great. Alright, but Dodder is doing a pretty good job right now. Dodder is once again taking the initiative. But then again, this army could have been so dangerous, but now he got spotted without doing any damage. Dodder is going to prepare for that army. And in the meantime, Dodder is taking DerE off guard in the main base. Once again, good reactions on the harvester. DerE's army is completely out of position. He will not be able to defend his main base, even with static defense support, unless Dodder is gonna mess it up, and he's messing it up with his heavy tank so far. He lost so much units. He's losing all of his rocket soldier to this single pillbox. But even then, it's still not going to be enough for DerE, but that almost went very badly. This is almost going badly. Oh wow, okay, Dodder tried to take this, but DerE has managed to fight his way off. And in the meantime, big engagement here, but look at this wall of flame towers. Plus the harvesters are being used for soaking. I think that... Oh my god, this yak crash was huge! What the hell? That was big. This is smart from DerE though. He doesn't want to fight next to these wall of flame towers, and I can't blame him. Tier 3 is there, but he doesn't see it. This threat has been dealt with. And yeah, I could actually see this being turning around for DerE. He's gonna get the tech for sure. That's a big investment for Dodder without actually being able to use it. Did he even build anything tier 3 related? No. In fact, he didn't even build anything tier 2 related. Finally got that refinery back up and running. So let's have a look at the graph in the meantime. So yeah, this is where Dodder took a big blow in terms of earnings. This is not good, and that is one of the reasons that DerE was able to come back, because DerE did a really good job maintaining his harvesters, keeping them alive. And Dodder also not killing that ref on the left side made it so DerE was not hurt that much in terms of losing eco. This is really bad for DerE though. Sometimes if you have to pull harvesters, that's usually not a good thing. Dodder is going to be able to take this expansion, taking 2 harvesters along with him and cleaning up the expansion. So yeah, really back and forth game so far between these two players. Dodder proving me wrong. He's doing a good job so far. Gonna back off for now, but he almost has double the army value compared to DerE. DerE still has that army sitting here, but unfortunately he might have forgotten about it. But Dodder is definitely in full control of this game, and finally he's targeting this refinery with some yaks. I hope he can finish the job. He's going to regroup and combine these forces. I hope he can combine them in time before they start an engagement, because if he wants to win this engagement, he needs those 2 armies merged together. Yeah, so far I'm actually surprised. Really amazed by Dodder's gameplay so far. Oh, but that is such poor yak play right now. Tanks are not protecting the infantry. There's a lot of soaking for harvesters and defenders advantage for DerE. But the formation from Dodder is really strong here. Harvesters are going down. Every single orange unit is losing their lives in this engagement right now. And that is so many harvesters gone. The refinery is going to be targeted for even more eco loss for DerE. And even though if Dodder loses that army, that was definitely worth it. It's going to be really hard for DerE to come back right now. He only has 3 harvesters working in his main base. Everything else has been completely destroyed. And most of the map is turning green. I'm not talking about the terrain. And yeah, at this point in time, Dodder is just able to send in wave after wave of his units. And eventually DerE will fall. We got some V2 support this time as well. Not sure if Dodder knows about this MCV. He does not. He's gonna use para bombs over there for some reason. Maybe that's the where he saw the army last time. But DerE is gonna call the GG. He is overwhelmed by Dodder's army, and for good reason. Dodder takes the game, and this is actually Dodder's first win of the season. And being able to do that against DerE is
Battle control.
pretty good. Something to be proud of for sure. Let's see if he can keep that win streak going in the second game though.
Battle control initialized.
Hey, what kind of map is this? Assault. Oh yeah. Right. Why does this map remind me of... Huh, it reminds me of Annihilate a little bit. I mean, Assault, I think Assault is like the perfect example of a map that is... There's nothing really wrong with it, but it's not like an awesome map, or like a map that'll be like, this is one of those mediocre maps that, you know, people don't mind playing on. Do feel there's a lot of starting ore though. So I think you can definitely delay MCV here and probably go for a couple of extra racks before moving out. Anyways, we got game number 2 on our hands. We have an allied mirror. We have Dodder in the bottom right playing as France. And we've got DerE in the top left playing as Germany. This map can lead to stalemates. Yeah, I can see that. And that's the exact reason why I said it looks like Annihilate. I'm surprised that Mo doesn't pick this map. I think he would have loved that. It's also one of those maps where there's not a lot that you can do in terms of flanking, you know? It's easy to just shut everything down. Like even this part. This part is so easy to defend in the main base. Same could be said for this part as well. There is so little to be able to roam freely and force something to happen. Like I'm gonna assure you that a player like Happy would completely shit on this map. Who made this map? Lad? Might be Lad. Not sure. Alright. Oh. Okay. We had 3 refs before War Factory. We're gonna see a second ranks come down. Interesting build order from DerE so far. I was first considering it was going to be an all-in, but it seems like he's going to delay his War Factory by quite a bit. And I'm not sure if I like that, but then again, Dodder is extremely passive and he's going for War Factory straight into Radar Dome. Isn't he going to be low power if he does that? I mean, he can power it down. No, he's not even going to be low power. Okay, so he's on 4 harvesters. He's going straight for Radar Dome. And yeah, I don't know. DerE has a pretty big army already. 6k army value in under 4 minutes is kind of big of a deal. But doesn't really have any soakers going for himself. He doesn't even have a War Factory yet. So if he actually wanted to force something with a big army like this, he probably had to bring a harvester along. But yeah, very interesting build so far. He's still on 3 harvesters. He's gonna build another harvester. He's going to move out with the main MCV already. Interesting. Also, this map does allow for like taking up instead of going for MCV, because the second patch is fairly close to the main base. Okay. So we've got War Factory into Radar Dome, helipad straight into SD. With RTs and Blackhawk support. Well, this pretty much does counter what DerE was going for. Hopefully, Dodder can protect his RTs fairly well because there are light tanks running around. But these 2 RTs, along with the Blackhawk, can take out a huge amount of infantry here. I think Dodder saw the army. Oh. Alright, here we go. That's gonna be oh my god, that's gonna be carnage for sure. All that Dodder has to do is he has to keep his RT safe from the light tanks. That's what he needs to go for. And it seems like he is going to be able to do that. And this blob has no chance at all. One RT has gone down. That's actually a huge difference. The RT is also being a soaker in front of the army. That's not good. And now with this huge concave, Dodder will be able to he will still be able to defend, but he took a huge blow. And that's not good, because DerE is in a position where he can just keep spamming. He has 3 Raxes, he has he's going for light tanks. He's not even going for taking or stuff like that. So he is going to send in wave after wave, whereas Dodder is going to have an issue. He's running out of starter ore. He's not really close to an expansion to get ore. So if DerE is going to deny that from happening, then the game is already going to be decided. Yep, Dodder is stalling. That is very dangerous. In the meantime, DerE's expansion is looking fairly well. He could transfer 1 harvester to the expansion. So, yeah. At the same time, at some point, DerE has to take up though. Like fighting ally versus ally, tier 1.5 versus tier 2 is very hard. Soviets can get away with that because of flak trucks, but you have to do something about Black Hawks because they will just annihilate your army. Yeah, this is what I've been talking about. Light tanks can now just roam freely, kill harvesters, and most of their Dodder's army is just sitting over here. RT are too slow and immobile. RTs are slow and immobile, but they are fairly strong. Especially if they're in a good position and they can just bombard freely. I would rather face V2s than RTs actually. I mean, it's always situational, obviously. But I don't know. RTs can be much more painful in big engagements than V2s, in my opinion. Still fairly similar army values so far. DerE is going to go over and take the next expansion. And DerE went for a second war factory and went for SD. So I think DerE is gonna stay on tier 1.5. Oh no, oh no, 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 no. Yeah, Dodder is just completely out of position. No, don't do that. That's even worse against light tanks. Yeah, that MCV is gone. That's a goner. So this blob from Dodder is able to take on a lot. This is a very strong dead ball with 4 Blackhawks. But DerE is just doing a pretty good job attacking him left and right, and Dodder he's not having a great time. It's hard for him to keep up. So if DerE at some point makes it able to get an MCV over here maybe and close Dodder in completely, then he's gonna have a hard time. Also, Dodder could have saved that MCV for sure. Oh my god. A little bit of an overkill. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, Dodder, please. Wow. Here's that big attack. Dodder was getting distracted. This is once again a pretty good attack. Another harvester goes down. And once again, the eco is taking a huge blow for Dodder, who is still struggling to get cash. And that ref is gonna go down. Oh, is it? Yeah, he's gonna. DerE's gonna be smart enough to finish it off. I like that. And slowly but surely, this is unwinnable for Dodder, even though he has the same amount of army value. DerE has map control. He has eco advantage. And once again, Dodder wants to take that expansion, but he doesn't realize that DerE is already there with a decent base, and that's another MCV going down. Okay, and this might go bad. Pretty good shots with the RT, but now Dodder is going for a split. I don't think this split will be able to defend against the base. It's gonna be close, but the army from Dodder that's actually trying to go on the offense is going to have a really bad time here. A really bad time. DerE is gonna go in. Oh, that's already a good RT shot. But look at this positioning from DerE. This is fantastic. And Dodder knows it as well. He suffered way too much damage. Well played from DerE in this situation. And it eventually became 1-1.
Battle control terminated.
Dodder definitely didn't use his tech advantage fast enough. That is definitely true. Alright, let's see. We got... I think we're gonna do one more Hulk before we move on to the rest. That means we can let Hulk go for quite a time, a while. Then we can go to Hans versus chouchani, Leaf versus Triple TP, and then we can end it with Hulk versus Sigil. So we're gonna start with Hulk and end with Hulk.
Battle control initialized.
And I believe that this is definitely Spetsnaz pick. He likes to pick this map. Spetsnaz is also probably the player that can annoy me the most. Just because I'm not sure if I believe he doesn't watch my streams at all, but I've given him so much advice during the games that I casted, and every single time I see him play, he makes the same mistakes, and he makes so many mistakes sometimes that it actually costed him games. So, but once again, shout out to Spetsnaz for actually playing as well. Like, it's good to see him still being able to play seasons, because that's the only thing he does. He only shows up for RGL seasons, and that's about it. And I do have to give him credit for that. Part of players like Spetsnaz keep the scene alive. So, you know, credit where credit is due. And this is classic Spetsnaz right now. He always goes for 10 rifles into NG and goes straight for the enemy oil. But Hulk has kind of a similar plan. So let's see how Hulk is gonna deal with this. Yeah, his attack moving way too much. He should try and anticipate Spetsnaz army right now and just take that defender's advantage and wreak havoc. And he might be able to do that, but here we go. Spetsnaz is going to make a second batch of rifles. And Hulk for the time being is not going to produce anything, which is definitely a mistake. Oh, this could end badly. This could end badly. Alright. Hulk knows that that army is there. But he definitely needed those 3 rifles in order to win this engagement, I feel like. Then again, with the vision advantage, he still might be able to do it. Yeah, Hulk is gonna trade very well here with that vision advantage. Actually, I don't think he's actually using the vision advantage from the oil. But Hulk is definitely going to lose that oil if he's not going to do anything about it fairly soon. Oh yeah, there's the flak truck. Yeah, that's true. Scouting in front with at least one rifle makes them shoot earlier, because, you know, they have more attack range and vision range. Okay, nice snipe with the Ranger. I like it. I like it. That's gonna make it so that Spetsnaz has to force any... otherwise, he has to kill the oil, or he has to remake an engineer. And he's going to opt for the make a new engineer. Yeah, Hulk is too afraid. It's only a flak truck. Come on. I was about to say, if that flak truck dies, that would have been crazy. Hulk needs to be a little bit more confident though in his army blob. Like, he has a lot of medics in there. He could have definitely take this, and he can still take this with using the Ranger to his advantage. Yeah, that's what we want to see. Unfortunately, he's not attacking from the best angle. If he took it diagonally, he would have taken a better trade. But still, because of these 4 medics, look how well he's taking this. Look how big advantage he has. Very efficient trade right here. Yeah, if they're spread, they do take less damage. That is true. Because rifles do have a little bit of splash damage. No, please don't lose the Ranger. Okay, let's see. We have 2 racks before. I think it was 2 racks before SD, or he just built his second. Spetsnaz obviously is going to go for a mine layer. I don't really like this attack from Hulk. It is a pretty good attack in itself, like theoretically. But it only has 1 rocket in there, so it's not gonna do much damage. Yeah, there we go. 1 flame tower is gonna deal with that. At least he forced off the harvester, I guess. But now a second flame tower is gonna make sure that that is going to be a-okay. Hulk is a pretty aggressive player though, and Spetsnaz is a very defensive player. So it's gonna come down to how efficient that Hulk can deal with his offense, like in terms of efficient flanking, making sure that he doesn't run into blobs that have defender's advantage ready, also making sure that it doesn't go into mine layers. But this might be a very good attack from Hulk. And Spetsnaz definitely doesn't have the army to deal with that. But that means that Hulk has to act now. Otherwise, reinforcements are already on the way. And he has to go through the flame towers as well. He does so. But he's taking a long time to do so. He's going to be able to take out the flame tower. If he can take out the refinery, he's going to do a pretty big blow to Spetsnaz Eco for a short period of time. But he should have... I think he should have probably... Yeah, I was about to say, you should definitely retreat after that. No, he has second thoughts. But the longer you're going to wait, the more flame towers you're going to eat. And the moment those medium tanks go down, that means your army is going to be cooked. Should have gotten out of there the moment he killed the refinery. And in the meantime, Spetsnaz did a pretty good job taking oils back. So he's in control of 3 oils. Yeah, I feel like this blob is completely useless. It would have been so much better if it had at least 3 rockets in there. It would have been able to do so much damage. And now it's not going to be able to do that. So the army values are fairly close. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. Well, that mine layer is definitely going to pay off sooner or later. We'll be able to kill all of these harvesters for sure. Oh, okay, but I guess this is a pretty good solution from Hulk as well. Instead of wanting to lose those mine layers, he's gonna send them over to another expansion, but that means he can't harvest this, so he has to do something about that. Very threatening army here, but for some reason, Spetsnaz is just gonna send it all back. I think Spetsnaz would have been fine if he just sat there with his army in his main base along with some static defense support. And if he switched his waypoints around. Talking about waypoints, yes, Spetsnaz once again has no waypoint for his war factory. So the fact that he's moving this entire army back, he will be able to deal with Hulk's army, obviously. But he could have... I think he would have been able to kill most of the main base here. But it looks like that already might be the case for now. Hulk lost so much army in the meantime. And Spetsnaz is in full control. And this expansion is very vulnerable as well. It's either that or the main base. Main base is almost completely abandoned. Oh. Yeah, sure, I can see that work. Alright, but here comes Spetsnaz though. He's going in for the attack. That's 4 heavy tanks leading that army. That's a pretty big army to fight against. Yeah, this is way too much for Hulk to fight. It's 16k versus 3.5k. Spetsnaz in full control. He will be able to take out this expansion as well. Easy peasy. And that's a second war factory. I like to sell though, because it was going to go down eventually. Better to sell it just to get some value back out of it. Yeah, flak trucks are really good dealing with MCVs. And that's gonna hurt Hulk even more. How are they floating 10k cash each? Like, bruh. Okay, let's see. Spetsnaz is on 3 Raxes. Are you kidding me? Okay. 3 Raxes. Well, that explains his floating. Hulk is on 4. And he had a second war factory as well. I don't understand that. Oh no. Oh no. Well, Hulk is gonna try his luck on the right side. Flamers once again doing a fantastic job. Yeah, I don't think Hulk will be able to take over this expansion. We'll be able to harass these harvesters, so Spetsnaz is forced to pull these back. I do not agree with building a new Raider Dome, because you won't be able to use it. Probably best to spend your resources on other things. Considering he doesn't have that much money to give anymore soon. Yeah, Spetsnaz should have this in the back. He has got 10k army value advantage. He's going to be able to do a surprise attack from the left side as well. And Hulk's attention span is mostly prioritized on the right side here. But he has to spend so much resources and time into just trying and getting this eco. Spetsnaz is more than fine being able to defend that, and he has the army value to put up the pressure into the main base. His tanks are in a very poor position. Pillbox is getting so much value. Can you please get your tanks in front of your army? Thank you. Oh, I don't know where these guys are going, but I think Hulk is in a position right now where he could... Oh my god, they killed all the harvesters while this entire army was just sitting here? Wow. That's huge. It's not gonna matter though. Bro, look how fast flamers just tear through buildings. It is ridiculous. Flamers are so good. That is crazy. Like, even the war factory is getting teared down so fast. Okay. Surprise attack in the main base. It's a pretty good attack from Hulk, actually. I was questioning it, but he got a lot of value out of such a small army. But unfortunately, he's getting overwhelmed on the other side. There's a Tesla Collier as well to deny eco. His entire main base is getting cleaned up. And yeah, this game is over. MCV doesn't get away. This wall of pillboxes should be able to deal with that infantry, but it doesn't really matter if they do or not. Hulk knows it as well. He calls the GG, even though this attack was really good, but he was too far behind to actually get something out of it. So Spetsnaz is going to take the first game. And yeah, we're gonna move on to the second game. The GG was called, so we're not really going to wait on the surrender, which is still there. Fantastic. Alright, game number 2 on territorial as well. I don't think I have seen so much territorial in 1 week of highlights. I'm not sure if I like. I'm not a fan of this map. I don't think it's a bad map, but I don't really like it. I feel like this expansion is almost, I wouldn't say worthless, but I don't know. Like I said, I'm a pretty big fan of this map for base pushing. I would probably, if I were players, and I haven't seen this done so far, but if I look at this map, I would probably go for a fast MCV, claim this expansion, and move straight over here and deny this expansion, or at least put the pressure on with a base push. Even if you can't force them off of it, you can deny them the eco, and then you're already in a pretty good spot. Because that means like they almost have nowhere else to go besides this expansion, which is kind of in the way of, if you have control of this expansion from your opponent, you're in such a good position, because that means they can't go for this expansion. If they do, they're gonna have so much trouble defending it because you're in the middle of it, so it's gonna be impossible for them to rotate their armies in between. But I just want to see it. Like, oh my god. Oh my god. That almost went badly. The barrels. He's gonna die for sure. He's gonna die. The barrel, please. Okay. Definitely word from Hulk there. New engineer has been spent for Spetsnaz. I'm not sure if that is word. I'm not entirely sure. It's only for 1 oil though. Yeah, Flamey Boys are pretty good. Like, so far there hasn't been a lot of players that actually use them, but in general, flamethrowers are pretty good. The thing about flamethrowers is most of the times they're not great in if you're the one engaging. Like, they are formidable in defender's advantage. Their splash damage is ridiculous. However, they can be pretty good in bigger engagement as well. But if they're firing at tanks, they're kind of useless. So that's why I feel like they're pretty strong in defender's advantage. And especially if they're in bigger numbers. Like, we have seen some moments where they just cook through infantry like they're nothing. But they're definitely worth it. It's better to have them than to not have them, I would say. But it's kind of the similar situation with if you're playing allies. Like, there's a lot of people that actually don't use medics and mechanics often enough, and medics and mechanics are great support units. They're fantastic. Oh, this could be a really good engagement for Hulk if he moves up his ranger a little bit and sees that army. You lose mass too, so you can't get as good of a concave. Yeah, they are difficult. They are difficult to kill, but I feel like flamethrowers are kind of this. They're a support unit. You know, like that's the same as saying it's hard to be able to queue up medics and mechanics. It's the same thing. I feel like flamethrowers, you once in a while you just queue a couple of in between, like 5 or 6 for an army, and you're good to go. You know, I probably wouldn't mass produce flamethrowers, just like medics and mechanics. I think if you think about it, flamethrowers are also a pretty good counter against medics because of the splash damage they do, and that makes it harder for medics to heal up all the units at the same time. But yeah, everything in this game has always been situational. Oh my god, that's unfortunate for Spetsnaz, but he had no idea that that army was there. But Hulk is gonna take it, and I agree. But he should have seen that army as well. I hope so. Because now he's the one with a ranger, which means that he can get a lot of value out of this ranger. No, support your units, please! Keep the ranger alive! Oh my god. Regardless, he did get a pretty decent engagement there. But he's really late on his MCV. Spetsnaz is a lot faster. He also has a mine layer out as well. Yeah. Hulk is probably going to be forced into... What? Where's he going? This is also bad from Spetsnaz. This is something that I really do not like. He just sacrifices his mine layer. He knew that he was getting attacked. And, you know, just losing, like, you have to keep in mind, losing your mine layer, it's like, it's only a mine layer, but you're sacrificing one of your medium tanks so early on into the game for a mine layer. At least keep it alive. Get value out of it. Not just let it die and only let it place 2 mines, because that's not going to do anything. Yeah, he pretty much traded the mine layer indeed for a 1% ranger. Flame drops are also pretty good, but at the same time, don't forget that it can... it can also be... It's a double-edged sword, basically. Like, one, it takes away micros. 2, if it fails... you've wasted quite a bit of resource and army for no reason, because I think flamey boys are kind of expensive. I think they're correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they're more expensive than a grenadier. I mean, that would make the most sense to me if they were. You might also be in the progress of losing your APC, which is also kind of bad. But the value, if you can get a war factory with it, I guess it paid itself in terms of price. Okay, this is a great attack from Hulk. Not only did he get a harvester, he got the refinery as well, but he needs to get out of there. Like, he is now... Oh no, he's... Oh no! Like, why would you chase that down? If he didn't chase that down, he would have probably got the SD. Oh, protect your infantry with the tanks! No! If he kept them so... Oh, he got baited by the MCV. That is not worth anymore. He should have just bailed after killing that expansion. So unfortunate. Also, he's out of cash. No, wait. His production is on hold. Ooh, that's why it was so far behind as well. 300-ish for a flamethrower? Wow, that's expensive actually. I would have guessed that they were like 200, same cost as a medic. If they're 300, that's actually very expensive. Yeah, I think Hulk actually already has lost. He only doesn't know it yet. Okay. What? That is a very questionable war factory. I mean, don't get me wrong, like building a second war factory is never a bad thing. What questions me more is the positioning of it, because that means your tanks will be producing somewhere where they never can support your infantry. It would have made a lot more sense if the war factory was over here somewhere before he moved out. Yeah, just check 300. Wow. Yeah, so like if you're actually doing a flame drop with an APC and 5 flamethrowers, that's already over 2k. So, you know, if you do a flame drop like that, make sure that you get the full value out of it, because if you don't, then that's 2k less army value that you're gonna have just for a failed flame drop. And usually a lot of people go for a flame drop very early in the game, to, you know, to get the most value out of it. To get like an early war factory or an early SD. So if that doesn't come to fruition, then you're gonna be behind in army value, which against high level players is a huge deal. Oh no, why did he go in with the tanks? If he just kept sitting in his base fighting behind the pillboxes, he would have been fine. He's still gonna take a favorable engagement just because of the pillboxes and the infantry right now, and Spetsnaz should probably retreat because there's way too many rocket sorters to deal with that. Also, the medics are doing a formidable job. What a slugfest in the top left corner. But Hulk is definitely struggling right now. It's floating 11k cash, so if I were him, instead of expanding, it would have been a lot better just going for either tech or more production structures. He's doing a pretty good job on the left side getting more production structures up and running. I think he's currently sitting on... No, he's sitting on 7 racks. That's perfect. 7 racks and 2 war factories. So that is a good thing. Then if I were probably him, he should probably take up instead of building more refineries. Okay. Yeah, 6k army value versus 20k. Oh, that must have been a mistake. Yep. Oh dear. Okay, let's see who is going to be the first one with a turret up. Spetsnaz is going to be the first one getting a turret up and running. That's smart. Hulk should have done that preemptively as well. But that means that Spetsnaz is most likely going to be able to defend this position and defend his harvesters as well. Unless he placed the turret somewhere else. Oh, there it is. That's a pretty good turret. It's going to cover a lot of ore patch here. Yeah, that is going to force Hulk to take engagement. But that means he's forced to fight Defender's advantage here from Spetsnaz. And vision disadvantage as well. Look at the vision from Spetsnaz compared to the vision of Hulk. He doesn't see anything. So he's going to suffer such a bad engagement here just because of a single turret. In the meantime, Spetsnaz is going in with a decent army and a good angle as well, going straight to main base. There's nothing that Hulk can do about this because all of his attention is focused on top left, including his army as well, which is getting mauled down by pillboxes, which forces him once again to go in. Just say hello. GG. GG. Yeah, the turret definitely paid for itself. 100%. Alright, Hulk calls the GG. Spetsnaz takes it 2-0 over Hulk. Hulk definitely Hulk has a pretty good idea. He just lacks experience for now. But if he keeps up the training, he's gonna be a pretty formidable opponent later on. Alright, we're moving on to Hans versus Chouchani. And this is one of the matches that wasn't included in the RGL highlights, but just like I said, this was requested by Hans because Hans said that they were pretty entertaining and they were fairly short, and I have to agree. This is the longest one. I think the other one is like 8 minutes long, so that's okay. But we have Chouchani in here. Chouchani is I think he played in season 12. I actually cannot remember if he did. But he's a very new player as well. And he has improved a ton. And if I'm looking at the RGL scoreboard, he already has played 16 matches. It's a pretty good job. Milkman, on the other hand, has played all of his matches already 2 weeks beforehand, which is kind of crazy. And so far, he's the only player that has done that. Spetsnaz comes in second with 22 matches played. And third place is shared between Mo and Beatty, who have played 20 matches so far. Minions is actually looking fairly close, I have to say. And to be honest, I'm not sure if I think Minions finals might already been decided. Actually, no. Yeah, it's close. It's very close. I think it's mainly going to come down to Min's performance, who is going to be in Minions finals. But I'm taking a quick sneak peek at the RGL scoreboard, and currently I'm just gonna give you guys a small sneak peek as well. Milkman already has played all of his games and he's currently in the lead with 16 wins, 8 losses. But close second is Mint with 15 wins and 1 loss, and he still has 8 games left to play, so he can still take first place. It's gonna come down to Mo as well if he can win his next 4 matches. Then it's gonna come down between these 3 players for sure, which is very, very interesting to say the least. Okay, well, Hans definitely took a beating early on from Chouchani. We love to see it. Finally, here's the NG from Chouchani. It's a little bit on the late side, which I'm not sure why that is the case. It doesn't seem like the dog managed to kill the NG. But he definitely lost a lot of income. People sometimes forget, like Spetsnaz, for example, as well. A lot of players go for rifles before NG, and it depends on what kind of map. Obviously, it's situational, but if you go for an NG first, that also means that you get an oil faster than anyone else, which also means you get more income than anyone else, which means, once again, you can invest more, and that means you can get the upper hand in the early game. So sometimes going for NG first is definitely not a bad strategy. Why are some people in red and other in blue? Hang on, I didn't even see that. I think that might have to do with delays. Oh yeah, you're right. I think that has to do with delays. Not entirely sure. I think the blue players are on, but that doesn't make sense for Milkman because he already finished his matches. Honestly, I don't know. Maybe Milkman is shown in the red because he preemptively played his matches. Sigil, I respect. Sigil could be a good player. Like, he puts a lot of time and effort in StarCraft, and I shit talked him a little bit last week as well because, like, I Someone told me that he's a very active master player in StarCraft 2, but he was getting flanked left and right. It was actually kind of crazy. Like him and Mo played the longest set so far, and he got completely outplayed by Mo, which is kind of insane if you ask me. If you're a master StarCraft player, like I played StarCraft myself, I'm pretty bad at it. I'm gonna be honest. But you have to have so much map awareness. You have to have such high micro left and right. And so if you're a StarCraft player at master level, I would assume that you would have the APM and the awareness to at least be able to pull your harvesters off a patch and not let an NG being able to cap both of your refineries. That was the sickest thing ever. And it was happening during the entire set. That he was getting multi-pronged by a couple of tanks and he never realized. But you know, at the same time, I don't really know that much about StarCraft either. The only thing we were doing was like 4v4s, or like 3v3s. But then again, if Sigil had the experience or put the effort in playing this game, he would have probably been a formidable opponent. I mean, at some point, he probably was a formidable opponent because he was in Masters Division. And I think this is the first season since long time that he's back into minions. No. Why would you kill... What? Why would you kill the oil if you have an engineer? Come on, Hans, please. You know what? I'm not even gonna question it. Ooh, Hans is... I don't know. I don't like this position from the MCV. I would have loved to see the MCV get up over here somewhere, because if you do that, at least you keep your expansion a bit more safe. So you're actually denying this passage for your opponent. Very unfortunate. Everyone can be formidable if you practice. Of course. That's definitely the case. But I feel like there's a lot of players that, you know, have more talent or more... like, let's say, for example, GOAT. Like, usually every time I watch GOAT, he's an amazing player, you know, and he doesn't practice this game at all. But the way he does his army movement or his army positioning or flanks, or, you know, does simultaneous attacks, multi-prongs, it's pretty insane. Like, there's always going to be players better than you in a very natural way. Doesn't matter how much you train. And, like, Goat's a pretty good example because he doesn't train at all. But he does have a lot of RTS experience. Oh, no. Oh, no. Yeah, that MCV is a goner. Okay, well, thank you, Hans, for making my statement freaking false. Now this actually could turn around. This is a big army from Chouchani. Unfortunately, he's gonna move all the way back. I'm not sure. He's very indecisive, and so is Hans. I'm not sure what's going on. But in the meantime, Hans is setting up a flank here on the right side. This is a good flank as well. It's gonna kill all the harvesters if Chouchani's not gonna pay attention. And Chouchani might be a little bit too busy with putting the pressure here, but I think he realized just now he's gonna move the harvesters back. Yep. But Chouchani needs to learn to micro pillboxes. He could have had a lot of he could have dealt a lot of damage to the infantry instead of focusing it all onto the heavy tank. The expansion is definitely lost due to the amount of flamer boys. Yeah, I feel like there's too much going on for Chouchani to keep everything going. It's getting too hectic for him, I feel. It's a very interesting MCV positioning, to be honest. You also have players like... yes, but I feel like there's a difference. Like, I'm not completely going to blame Gormenton, because Gormenton has played a ton of matches on ladder, and he didn't really get anywhere where he wanted. But I feel like sometimes he didn't... how should I put these? I feel like sometimes he didn't watch replays in a way that was like, okay, where did I go wrong, and how can I improve that next time? You know, you can play a lot of matches, but if you're too stubborn to realize what your mistakes on, and you're going to deny yourself from improving, then you're gonna be stuck on that level forever. Like, there are going to, like, I had the same thing with Street Fighter sometimes. Like, sometimes you're just gonna hit against a wall, and it's really hard to break that wall sometimes. But you have to put in the extra effort to be able to break that wall. It's a pretty funny match so far. It's going back and forth between these two players. I like it. But Hans so far definitely is getting the upper hand. This army could be very dangerous to Hans, and chouchani is going to deal damage to that to the expansion. But once again, Hans is knocking on the main base from two different angles. chouchani should be ready. There's only one heavy tank to tank, and yeah, Hans is immediately going to retreat. He would have taken a big blow here, but oh, he's flaming his own units. He's still gonna get one harvester, I believe. There's only one rocket in there, I think. Yeah, he still got it. He's gonna take out the refinery as well. In the meantime, chouchani is gonna take out that expansion. But he's gonna run right into it. Look how good flamethrowers are gonna be in this situation. They're all packed up together here. Flamethrowers are so good in a situation like this. Unfortunately, they're not getting the vision advantage that they need from the heavy tank, so they all died. But chouchani, regardless, is going to be able to take out this expansion. This is getting pretty chaotic. But the big difference is, the biggest of them all, is... I was about to say chouchani lacks eco, but so does Hans right now. How many? Yeah, they're both on a very low harvester count. For some crazy reason, this army is still alive and managed to kill another harvester. They almost killed 3 harvesters in total, which is kind of huge. One day I'll go super Talix and be good. Hey, I'm rooting for you, man. You're already known as the light tank boy, so you've got that going for yourself. It's more obvious in big RTS games like SCT. You have players playing so much and studying, but never getting to the top at all. Yeah, it's hard to say. There's a saying that goes, practice makes perfect, and I feel like that will be always true. Alright, once again, big attack from Hans, but his tanks are not in the best position, but it doesn't really matter. chouchani is going to call the GG. He was getting overwhelmed here in the first game. Hans takes the W over chouchani, and we're going to move on to the second game.
Battle control terminated.
Pretty sure Buck stopped playing because... Yeah, Buck did stop playing. Because of the lack of players. That is true. Oh, we're playing on the Isle of Wight. Wow, we haven't seen this map at all. I think maybe only once or twice. And for some reason, this map reminds me of Spearhead. This is perfect. I can keep them in one screen. Excellent. SP became a sad place. SP is already a sad place. It's and I completely blame Ganon for this. Well, not only Ganon, but I always consider SP to be more successful than RV will ever be. And you know, but Ganon has the he loses his attention sometimes, and he's just busy doing other stuff right now. He's playing Modern Warfare or whatever he's doing. He was playing Minecraft from time to time. So SP didn't get any development anymore, and most of the community stopped playing. And I feel like SP was finally coming into a situation where they were actually attracting new players. A big example is Fazar. Fazar was one of the newer players that was very, very eager to learn SP. Like, he thought it was an amazing game, but just because everyone stopped playing that game, he was forced to switch to RA. I mean, granted, we got another player for RA, which is great, but I feel like SP is probably combined with combined arms. Those are probably the two best mods of OpenRA so far. I mean, there might have been other mods, but they didn't get the publicity that they deserve, maybe. $10,000 IQ play. Okay. Oh, wait. Guys, we got a freaking sub-pen going on. Are we gonna see a flamer drop? Who's damn? Damn Sean. What? Okay, yeah, probably that's a dang smurf. And I'm assuming it's Tux because he already seen this map, so it's definitely going to be Tux. Okay. Are we going to see a flamer drop with transport? Might be the case. Could be effective. We'll have to wait and see. Yeah, practice makes perfect for sure. Oh, it's going to be a rocket drop with a transport. And also, like, so it also depends how much you train. Like, currently there's a young prodigy in Street Fighter right now. I think he's 16 years old. So, or I think 15. So he was about 9 to 8 years old when Street Fighter 5 came out. He has put 6,000 hours, only game time. So 6,000 hours of play time into this game. Man's taking the entire Europe region by storm. It's crazy. Like, he's winning everything. Every single tournament. It's ridiculous. So it's very promising. So it depends, like, how much you are training. And also, how are you training? Oh. I like it. Using the APC to crush the fences to make a way through the rockets. Okay, already took out a harvester. And yeah, APCs with rifles to clean up the other rifles is kind of genius. He took out 2 harvesters just like that. Yeah, damn shot is definitely Tux, I can already tell. Yeah, this is pretty good from Hans. Very efficient. Took out 2 harvesters with that. Oh, dude. Doesn't put Hans in low power though. And this is smart from Hans as well. He's gonna push his luck. He also realizes that Chouchani's army is out of position to defend the main base. Oh, and now he's going for the war factory. Unfortunately, fences do not block rifle fire. APC is gonna do a lot of brilliant soaking right now. And yeah, Chouchani's a little bit in trouble right now. He's gonna pull back with his army. But the damage is already being done. Heavy tank coming in for the rescue, but it might be a little bit too late. Yeah, Hans is behind now though. But chouchani's in a lot of trouble as well. He lost 2 harvesters and a third one is not even working. Completely forgot about it. So it's gonna come down to... Okay, he realizes, but he needs to rebuild eco very quickly. So now it's gonna come down to chouchani if he can adapt to situations like these. Yeah, he should definitely kept the oil in the bottom left. Like, he already spent money on a sub pen. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, chouchani is going to rebuild harvesters, which is great. I think he also could rebuild a refinery to speed up the process. Oh, flamers are gonna be brilliant here. Look at the splash damage. chouchani calls it GG. Doesn't want to spend an eternity in hell, because that's what it felt like if you're surrounded by flames like that. And yeah, very nice eco harassment there early on with the sub pen. Definitely worked. It was a very short game, and I can see why it didn't make it into the highlights, because it wasn't extraordinary, but it still had a lot of cool plays in it. Alright, so we've seen everything so far up until Dodder versus DerE. We got Leaf versus Triple TP. Oh my god, this game is almost an hour long. Oh, I almost forgot that this game existed. Alright, let's go over to game number 1.
Initialized.
I am definitely going to lose brain cells in this set. And so it's a good thing that I can mentally prepare. Alright, so once again we've got Triple TP in the top right. He is our RGL reporter on duty. My man, he's the one making these highlights possible, so a big shout out to him for making my job a lot easier using his small analytics program, or whatever he's using, an algorithm to decide which matches are extraordinary, and providing a nice forum post every single week. And his opponent is none other than Leaf, and Leaf was, just like Triple TP said, one of those players that ended up in the quote-unquote recruits final. I don't think there was an actual recruits final, but he was top 3 for sure. And here he is this time in minions, because this time around we don't have a minions division. We've got a Soviet mirror on our hands. Once again, we're playing on greener pastures. Potentially making it harder by picking this match. Sorry, it's all right. It's gonna come down to how frustrated am I going to become. I can see what you're doing, Triple TP. You're just testing me, man. You're just trying to see how far you can push me into actually losing at least half of my brain. What? I was about to say, if I see this dog leap over a cliff, I would have lost my mind. That in itself would have been a highlight. Is that even possible? Can someone test this for me? The dog can leap over it? No freaking way. That's kind of fucked up. So far a rack skip from Triple TP. He didn't really have to. You didn't really have to build that extra power plant, because you're gonna be, if you had 100 power, even placing down that second ref, you would have still been at 90. And if I were you, I would have probably built that second ref over here. Okay, you definitely need a Rax. Because you're gonna float like crazy. And the SD is kind of pointless as well, because your war factory is going to be occupied by building harvesters anyways. The early APC is pretty good though. Hybrid can Hybrid can cost and cast it. Well, yeah, we're going to find out. We're going to find out. I mean, I've done longer games before. I actually can't remember. I think the longest game I streamed so far was a 4v4 that lasted 54 minutes, I think. Not entirely sure. But a single 1v1 that lasts an hour? What the hell happened? I'm actually kind of curious already. We're going to have to wait and see. Four harvesters. My man is going to need an extra harvester, but he's already building a third ref. But I think he's going to put the ref next to the expansion. I guess it's okay eventually. The thing is, you can't really do an eco slide. You want to have at least one harvester per mine. So if you have 4 harvesters in main base, I probably wouldn't pull a harvester off of that anytime soon. The only thing that's kind of sucks about is that Leaf is in control of trio oils, which is really good for Leaf, but pretty bad for triple TP. He did invest in an engineer, which is good, so he has the opportunity to retake those oils. Leaf very defensive so far. Obviously, triple T that you know, rack skipping paid off to become very greedy and get a very early MCV out. So he already has an expansion going for himself, but I feel like he could have probably moved out already and actually take advantage. I think he is actually in a pretty good state of taking this expansion straight away and leaving this one for the time being. Is this the long hour one? No, this is not. This is not the long hour one. It's the second game. So please, if you are planning on leaving the stream, please check back on me in an hour to see if I'm still alive. I would appreciate it. Our triple TP was indeed smart enough to build double rift, so he did realize that it's definitely not worth pulling harvesters. He's gonna move out with this MCV to take that expansion. Yeah, I believe I want to see some action though. Like, they almost haven't killed anything, which is crazy. Especially Leave is very, very passive so far. But it might pay off, because I think triple TP is definitely going to retreat, or maybe not. Yes, he is. And he should be able to make it out. Oh, does that? Oh my god! That APC got a crazy amount of crushes. Wow. Triple TP is producing on the right side of the map. Yeah, he's going to need to do something to stop this army. That's a big, dangerous blob. Big rocket density as well. And triple TP does lack scouting a little bit. Actually, both players do. I have tea and biscuits. Yeah, I actually miss biscuits right now. But, you know, I can't eat as much as you guys because I have to do a lot of talking. I guess a beer wouldn't hurt, to be honest. I'm not sure if I actually have beer in the house. Okay. Oh, this is a pretty good attack though. This is a very good attack. Triple TP instantly regrets that. He's like, nope, I'm out. Sayonara. Oh, he's going for the counter. This is gonna end badly. Leaf is gonna play it smart actually. Instead of chasing the MCV, he's gonna get a value out of killing these refineries and harvesters potentially. That's really good. He's gonna deny eco that way for triple TP without putting his army in danger. I like that. In the meantime, triple TP is gonna try and go for a counter attack, but Leaf is just ready in the main base. if Triple TP attacked anywhere else except the main base, he would have been good. But if it's gonna work out is a question. There's a lot of infantry for Leaf, but Triple TP has the armor advantage. And for now, he's gonna claim this battle as his victory. But Leaf retreated, very smart, so he can hide behind flame towers. And if Triple TP decides to go in, now he's gonna lose that. Very smart placements from Leaf here with the flame towers. Yeah, look at that. The flame towers did a lot of work there. This was a very good attack from Leaf. And it seems like he also managed to keep his entire army alive as well. So this is something you want to do, and I hope a lot of Minions players can learn something from this. Sometimes it's better to not, you know, overdo your luck. Sometimes it's just luck. Like sometimes it's smart, you know, but you always gotta keep in mind if you're attacking an expansion or something like that. You just have to know that your opponent is gonna send an army to kill your army. So sometimes if you can kill refineries and kill harvesters, just get the hell out of there. Being able to kill 2 harvesters and 2 refineries without losing anything of your army is a huge victory. But nice recognition from Leaf here. He knows that this is completely abandoned. Triple TP's army is completely out of position. And yeah, that's why Leaf is just pushing forward. His army is split off a little bit though. I would have hoped that Leaf merged these armies together, because his army here is fighting without armor, and that also means that his army is getting picked off here in the top left, which means that's an easy cleanup for Triple TP. And also fighting without armor is gonna suck if you're fighting static defenses, but there's enough rocket density to push forward. And yeah, he's just cleaning up a lot of buildings. Leaf's also pretty smart, constantly being on the move with his army and leaving like a handful of rifles behind so that the army gets holed up from Triple TP so they can't chase it down. And now his army made it safely back in home base behind flame towers, and that means Triple TP once again is at a disadvantage right now. He does have a lot of heavy tanks again, but his heavy tanks are in a poor position here. The flame towers are getting so much value. Wow. Leaf? Oh, he was very determined to get that V2, and he's actually going to get it as well. That's kind of crazy. Very good, very good. Yeah. Oh, wow. Triple TP ticked up all the way to tier 3? My man's crazy. I was about to say, why is his army value going up so slowly? But that says it all. Oh, here we go. The first V2 shot missed. That's a lot of heavy tanks as well. They're just going to march their way forward. Nothing that Triple TP can do about it. 6 heavy tanks. It's a huge deal, man. They can probably one-shot defenses like that. And they're supported by such a massive infantry with a big rocket density as well. This is unstoppable. Harvesters are just going down like crazy. They're getting melted. The MCV went down as well. This entire expansion is gone. And this was a very crucial expansion for Triple TP to have, because this was his biggest income. The rest has been completely mined out. He's low power as well because of the Iron Curtain. And the Iron Curtain is the best support building in the game. But there's one thing about it. You need an actual army to use it. And that's not present at all. His army consists of 2 heavy tanks and a handful of infantry. Yeah. Leaf can easily seal the deal. Oh no, this one doesn't go on for an hour, mind you. It's the next game of the set. If this match lasted for an hour, then I'm assuming that Leaf had a stroke in real life, and then Triple TP just rebuild it and kill him. And even then that wouldn't take an hour, but you know, it's always possible. Anyways, Triple TP calls it GG after having 1 single mammoth tank. It was kind of cool seeing that one. But Leaf takes it over Triple TP. We're going to move on
Battle control
to the
terminated.
longest game of the season so far. Okay. All right. Caution, you got this. You've done this before. You're gonna be fine. It's gonna be okay. You know, just focus on what's going on and you'll be fine. You're gonna do that for
Battle
54
control
fucking minutes though. Let's go. We're playing on Pity Light. A Pity Light is one of those maps that can create a stalemate. Like Assault can. So let's see how this turns out. We're here for you, Caution. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I thought Caution was here for us. Hey, come on, man. I mean, of course, but it's mutual, right? I mean, at least I hope. Man, this team is so fitting because I'm, you know, this is a 54-minute game. Oh. Ooh. Triple TSP trying to be aggressive here, but he's actually using Force Fire, which is smart, which forces Leaf to push forward. But unfortunately, there's not enough backup for Triple TP to kill this blob. It's a lot of rifles for Leaf, but I don't blame him. This is one of those maps where you can definitely do that. Just go for 20 rifle-ish, and you're good. Oh no, he's gonna try again. That's not gonna bode well for him. Oh my god, yeah. You'll get to Twitch stream time. I think we're fine. We're gonna be. Yeah, that's true. I mean, usually I'm trying to aim for getting in between 3 to 4 hours. That's my goal. Oh, the barrels, please! Nice. Triple TP actually thought about it, but he was a little bit too late, and now he's gonna be completely overwhelmed. Move command. Hello. Okay. Oh, you guys saw that? That was a brain cell already. I think I saw it fly out of my head. Shit. We're only 2 minutes in. God damn, it's crazy. Please hold my hand, boys. Hold my hand. I can't take it. Very good start for Leaf, though. He killed literally every single rifleman. Triple TP has to start from scratch. And yeah, pretty good lead. If both players are going double ref, that's what you want to have. Already killed 2k in terms of army value from Triple TP. And he managed to get 2 oils. I feel like on this map, sometimes it is valuable to actually repair one of those oils, so that you don't lose them that quickly. You can keep the engineer to try and capture a structure or anything like that. But I don't know. Like, it's very easy to lose this oil. And oils are pretty valuable. They're pretty good to keep. Medic is doing some overtime here. I always wondered what that kind of animation, what it does. Like, he gets stuff out of his briefcase, but what is he doing afterwards? Not sure. Okay, once again, Triple TP is gonna have a very fast SD timing. Or Leaf just forgot. I think Leaf just forgot about his production at some point. It has to be, because they have the exact same buildings count. So I like this ranger movement from Leaf so far. He's doing some scouting. He could have actually killed a rocket soldier as well. Triple TP is gonna return the favor, or maybe not. I think he's preemptively trying to clean up scouts so he can flank later, which is a pretty smart idea. I actually always recommend people doing that. There's something in there as well, but it's not an engineer. Show us what's inside. Okay, then don't. Be a dick about it. Double light vehicle built from Leaf. He's gonna be putting on some pressure. He's got 2 rockets in there, but Pillbox is going to deny that. He can still put up pressure though onto the harvester. Outside of the range of the Pillbox. And he's gonna be persistent. He's not going to give up, which I really like. He does have the upper hand yet again. There is a medium tank though. Triple TP is going to delay his MCV to get a couple of medium tanks on the field. Very late timing. Oh, there was a rocket inside the Ranger. Okay, that's cute. That's cute. It actually almost killed a harvester. That's kind of crazy. Oh. Second taunts. Leaf should have probably put the MCV over here so he has access to both these patches. But I don't think he did. I don't think he wanted to lose downtime in terms of producing buildings. He actually went in with this army. Pretty good micro there from Triple TP with the pillbox. And this entire army is gonna die just by taking out 2 power plants, which is definitely not worth it. It's gonna be able to kill the Ranger, but that's about it. So this is definitely a victory for Triple TP. Yeah. I'm curious if people are going to remember. The last time we saw PD Light, neither of these players remembered the gem mine, but here we go. Triple TP is one of those players that knows about the gem mine. Maybe that's why I thought his MCV was taking so long and was hiding in this corner. Actually, I'm not entirely sure. I would never go for this expansion first. Because I believe it starts fairly empty from at the start of the game. And I think it's also one of those expansions that you want to take with your main MCV and make sure you get as much ground as you can with the first MCV coming onto the field from the War Factory. Oh. I think... I'm not sure. I could be wrong, but I think Triple TP mistook this medic for a mechanic. I believe he might have been able to take this harvester if he used the mechanic, actually. At first, I thought that was going to be the plan. But yeah, we've seen this from Leaf so far. Leaf is a very passive player. Like, the previous game as well, every single time I looked at his main base, he had a pretty formidable army in his main base just chilling. And like, I can't blame him at this stage of the game. Like, he has 3 pillboxes on the left, so he can hold off. He can offer some resistance if there's a flank here. But his army is in a great position to cover every single angle so far. Like, having the middle is perfect because that gives him the shortest distance from wherever Triple TP might attack from. I'm not sure if I do like this split from Leaf though. If Triple TP decides to retreat, then this army is going to be killed off for free. And that is exactly what is going to happen. Or regardless, even if Triple TP decides to just move out and try to go for a flank, he will encounter this army and wipe the floor with it. So yeah, very passive play so far. Yeah, there we go. Here we go. Now that entire army is going to be annihilated, and all that Triple TP lost were 2 medium tanks. Not even that. Yeah, he loses 2 medium tanks. That is a small price to pay for taking out an army like that. He's also going to get a harvester with it as well, and Leaf now has to turn around. So the thing is, being passive is not always a good thing. As you can see here, Triple TP is the one taking initiative. Leaf is the one that has to put in the chase, and he didn't get anything out of it, but he did lose a small army and a harvester. So yeah, Very questionable MCV over here as well. I'm assuming he's gonna put a refinery down. It's not gonna be the most ideal position either. I'm not sure about this. Like, I'm gonna give you guys a great tip, and I'm sure most of the people understand this. But mostly of the time, you want to build in front of the ore patch, away from your opponent, so you can actually keep mining away from your opponent. So the buildings will actually block that. But look at this engagement, and look at the amount of medium tanks from Triple TP. He's getting attacked from two angles at the same time, but his tanks seem to be in a generous position. He's losing a little bit on the left side, but he's holding the line on the right side. But eventually Leaf is gonna come out on top with an amazing attack here, and he had a really big concave. Triple TP is gonna retreat, but he's still gonna lose some units here and there. Very enjoyable engagement right here. But yeah, normally you want to build over here, because imagine if there's a couple of rockets here. There's nothing defending this. Whereas if he build over here, then there's no way that infantry would get close to this harvester. Okay, Triple TP is getting some small value with the medium tanks, and he should recognize that he could move up some rifles closer to snipe. But Leaf is gonna retreat for the time being, and both army values are even now. But still, that's a very big medium tank count for Triple TP, and Leaf is losing his medium tanks, and he does not want to take the fight. I don't blame him. What I do blame him for is that he's just chilling next to barrels. I'm not sure if I like that. Alright, here we go. He has a formidable medium tank count now as well. But defenders advance for Triple TP. Oh my god! Triple TP's infantry is closed in by his medium tanks. And that's why all of these crushes from Leaf are so effective. And look at the fucking concave. This is a carnage right now. Triple TP is bleeding. Good attacks from Leaf so far. And now Leaf realizes that he can do something about it. And I was about to say, this medium tank count from Triple TP is kind of crazy, but I can see why, because there's 4 harvesters or 4 war factories in his base. See? Okay. Just to... Yeah, man. Sure. Alright. Thank you. Alright, well, Leaf has been able to do some damage, but I'm not sure if it's gonna pay off to lose this entire army. And look at the medium tanks yet again, dude. So much armor count. Triple TP is gonna defend and hold the line. He only lost, I think, a refinery and a war factory, and maybe a racks here and there, but he preserved the MCV. So yeah, as long as Triple TP can get eco, he should be good. Yeah, Triple TP's reaction was a little bit late. Do have to give Milkman that. But Triple TP can rebuild tanks so fast now with that war factory count. Leaf is going to do the same thing. He's on 2 war factories right now. I believe this is one of the reasons that this game might have been a stalemate as well. Because they're actually not going for tech so far. And it's already almost 14 minutes into the game. But again, this medium tank count once again is racking up so fast. So far, let's have a look at the graph in the meantime while everything has settled down a little bit. Earnings seem fairly similar. Let's have a look at the harvester count. Both players are on 6 harvesters for the time being. Actually, you can jump to earnings graph and army graph with buttons. That's crazy. Never realized this. Finally, Leaf is going to go for the gem mine, which is probably the reason why Triple TP was able to catch up, because Leaf is mining from an extra ore patch. And army graph wise is looking fairly similar this entire game, which is really crazy. Triple TP is taking the lead, but that is mainly due to the war factory count, I would say. And props to Triple TP He is on max production racks, and he was on max production war factory as well. So he's finally getting, he's maximizing every single production building so far. Unfortunately, he's going to completely pass through this patch, which I'm not sure if that was intentional. Maybe he just wanted to drive. Okay, yeah, he just wants to drive by and what the fuck? Okay, guess he wants to just drive by for scouting, but all these 3 tanks, oh no, he didn't realize with this one, all these 3 tanks could have taken out harvesters, and this one is going to be killed without even being able to load. That's crazy. Wait, actually I never realized this, but if normally if your harvester has ore and it dies, all that ore gets scattered across around the husk, but that's not the case for gems. So he lost all that value, a full payload. Woohoo! Oh my god, that's a big army, and Triple TP did take up to tier 2. Leaf is still on tier 1. He's gonna have a very bad time here. There's 2 arties, there's a bazillion of medium tanks yet again. These arties can deal so much damage. Leaf is going in face forward. Can he do it? The only advantage he has is he has a much better concave, but now finally Triple TP has settled in, and these arties are gonna wreak havoc. If they actually got microed, they didn't get that much value, but this is pure annihilation right here. Well, here is a fantastic split from Leaf. Triple TP is deadballing, and Leaf did get some value, but he has to be sure that he's not gonna push his luck, otherwise he might lose his entire army as well. But he is going to retreat, which is very smart. He did get a refinery and a harvester out of it. He did lose a big chunk of army on the left side. So yeah, it is still questionable if that was a victory for him or not. I think, to be honest, mostly I could be wrong, but I believe the longer these games go on, the better Triple TP gets. I feel like Triple TP in the long run might actually outsmart Leaf, and I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm right, to be honest. But so far we're 17 minutes into the game and it has been quite action-packed. So if this is gonna last for the rest of the 54 minutes, then by all means I'm up for it. But imagine if they were just sitting in their base for like 40 minutes, both players making a nuke, you know, and just sending in some aircraft, and that was it. Then yeah, I would have thought a lot different about it. Oh, here comes those 3 medium tanks again, but this time there is a turret, and Leaf is building a second turret. Hopefully the turret is going to be enough. Oh, the harvester got spotted. He should have put the harvester right next to the turret, but he's sending medium. No, don't send your entire army. Why would you send your entire army over there? Imagine if Triple TP just had his dead ball ready to kill this army now. Now the smartest thing for Leaf to do is just get a couple of rockets here. If you see a player like Triple TP, for example, this is the second time Triple TP send over just tanks. Just make sure you have a turret anywhere, and maybe have even like a handful. Like in this situation, you can't place turrets here. Just get like 5 rockets here and you're good to go. But so far the turrets are paying off right now. Triple TP is donating free medium tanks to the cause. And Leaf is getting ready for an attack. He's going to check that expansion, and I like that. This is a perfect example on why you want to build in front of the ore patch. Because this turret and... Okay. Thank God. This turret and the pillbox are useless. They're not doing anything. They're not even preventing this harvester to die. Even the tank is gonna die as well. Turret is gonna get some value here. But not much. Refinery is gonna be taken out. And yeah, just like that. Could have been prevented, but here comes the yellow dead ball. Leaf does have a formidable army still in his main base, and with the static defense support, he might be able to do it because there's only one RT in this entire blob. But I hear so many support units. There's mechanics in there, medics in there. There's a double turret shooting at infantry. Leaf, please make sure that you defend your static defenses with your army. But it seems like the static defense aren't enough to terrify Triple TP, and he is going to retreat. In the meantime, Triple TP is a little bit too scared of this flank, but Leaf should probably split off this army and go check the gem mine as well. Ooh, that's one Black Hawk down. Really nice. But this is not gonna go well for Leaf. He's gonna lose so much army for pretty much nothing. Look at all this yellow closing in on Leaf's army. Yikes. Big L right there, trying to desperately go for the MCV, which was kind of pointless. I would have loved to see Leaf just split off this army, go for this gem mine, and maybe even keep an army here waiting for a new MCV to pass by, something like that. But just sending it into the main base where you know Triple TP has been hanging out for most of the game with his dead ball, yeah, obviously you're gonna lose your army just like that. So yeah, Triple TP almost has double the army value. We're close to getting 50k, and we're 21 minutes into this game, and we haven't even seen a tier 3 from neither player. More importantly, we still haven't seen a Raider Dome from Leaf so far. That's the biggest mistake, especially in an Allies mirror. You want to have tier 2 to fight tier 2. You need it. You need access to AA guns, because rockets alone are not gonna cut it against Blackhawks. Yeah, Triple TP haven't made a single serious attack against Leaf. He tried once, but he got scared of the static defenses. So Triple TP is pulling a Mo here. Look at this army, bro. Like, if I had an army like that, I would even scratch my own head and be like, I'm probably doing something wrong here. Why do I have so much army? It's actually kind of crazy. Super crazy. Anyways, here's a good harassment from Leaf. He's gonna return the favor onto the gem mine. A nice reaction from Triple TP. He's gonna send one harvester back, and he's gonna send over some army to deal with that. Tier 3 has come online for Triple TP, and he's launching a full-scale attack going forward. But once again, he's attacking it in the same angle. And I'm glad he's gonna switch over to the other side, because there's way too many static defenses here. He has to push his way forward and flank the main base from a different angle, so he doesn't have to deal with those static defenses. Look how many tanks there are in this army. This is super crazy. He's gonna wipe this entire army on the left side. He's gonna kill the refinery. He's gonna kill his own spy, I'm guessing. Close. Full-scale attack. Leaf is definitely not in a good position to take this attack. But he might be now. He has to set up his concave really fast if he want to win this engagement, but he already has Triple TP on the rope. Triple TP is gonna retreat, but there's so much army still to be able to be picked off. The medium tanks are gonna go in the chase. Triple TP wanted to disband a portion of that army. There's still a lot of rockets. Triple TP is going back in. Leaf is splitting his army for some weird reason, and that might cause him to lose this engagement. Oh my god. Someone kill me now. No, the Blackhawks. No, 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 no. Triple TP, that's not. Oh my god, he gets away with it. He killed so much. God damn. Leaf is gonna attack with the right portion of the army. His tanks are in a pretty poor position, but luckily for him, Triple TP is gonna retreat, so all these tanks are free target practice. And there's a lot of rockets there to deal with that. Blackhawks are gonna be taken out. Oh my god, look at all these rockets! They're one-shotting Blackhawks and Harvesters. It's crazy, but look at these reinforcements! This feels like World War II Soviets, where tanks were just coming out of the war factories straight into battle, and look how many there are as well. Triple TP's army value has been reduced by 25k in a minute. Tanya comes onto the field, wipes out the remaining forces, and Leave has to tick up, man. You're already facing Tanya while you're still on tier 1.5. This is crazy. You cannot deal with that. These two tanks have been very effective. They not even killed the Harvester, but they also killed the refinery. So they have been sitting here for a very long time. I would have probably just not built that.
Satellite initialized.
Let's have a look at Triple TP's vision right now to see what he can see. Oh, no, he used the satellite, but his radar dome is powered down. No. Oh, is there a reason? It's whew. Oh, my man saved himself. Thank God. All right, so now we can see the intel that Triple TP received. Oh, funny. This actually counts as a neutral structure. The more you know. Okay. Yeah, he did get some intel. Army values once again are fairly close. We're 30 minutes into the game. This is going to be a good flank from Triple TP. He was using his satellites very well. He saw that this was completely undefended, so he can take this out for free. He will get the Harvester, which didn't get pulled back by Leaf, and he will be able to kill the refinery. So if he decides to move out after that, this was a very successful attack. In the meantime, he's going to send over 3 medium tanks to the right side. And yeah, they'll be able to deal some nice damage as well. Oh wow, I think Leaf heard us. He went straight to tier 3. Let's have a look at the graphs in the meantime, see how the players are doing. So Leaf is actually in the lead in terms of earnings. I think that has to do with the gem mine and the fact that Leaf has been able to enjoy this patch for such a long time, while Triple TP has not used this patch. He did use it at some point, but only for a short amount of time. And looking at the army graph, Triple TP has been ahead for such a long time. But you know, this is a very basic example on why tech is obviously good, because it's mainly because of the tech units that Triple TP managed to get such a good lead, and also a little bit due to the fact that Leaf sometimes sent his entire army to their death. But once again, moving out an entire army just to kill 3 medium tanks is a no-go. Luckily for him, Triple TP is not capitalizing on that. But yeah, once again, we've got both players sitting inside their bases. But this is what I've been talking about Triple TP. The longer the game goes on, the more he will try and go for these smarter plays. Like, he had a fantastic flank here, managed to take out the refinery. Very good from Leaf also to rebuild this so fast as well. But now he's going to send over 2 chrono tanks to take care of the harvesters. And chrono tanks are super good to do that. Look at the damage. They are just... It's double rockets that are doing the job. They're just 2 chrono tanks, 3-shot harvesters. I think he could have even got the second one and escaped. I would also love to see longbows. Triple TP is not making those yet. Longbows are going to deny the Blackhawks from Leaf, and at the same time they will be very strong in dealing with harvesters as well. And speaking about that, we haven't seen a single AA gun from neither players. Now I have to give credit to Triple TP where credit is due. He didn't really have the need to build AA guns because Leaf was so long on tier 1.5. However, that has not been the case for Leaf. Now here is Taya. Taya is going to have significant value here, but no, she's got spotted by the Blackhawk. Very smart. And this is what I've been talking about, preserving your Taya. And the other player has to be good at sniping Taya as well, and Leaf did an excellent job. Chrono Tanks tried to harass again, but it didn't work out. I think Leaf was able to recover the Harvester with a mechanic, which is smart. And now Leaf is going to launch an attack once again. He's got a Taya in there, but he has no longbows. And this is pretty good. If you're doing an allies mirror, longbows are the perfect defense to make sure your Taya is safe, because they can prevent... Oh my god, the Chrono Tanks going in. They're causing chaos, and the concave for Triple TP is so good. He's gonna send all the medium tanks forward to deal with that. In the meantime, Leaf is gonna go for a sneak attack in the main base, and Triple TP is not paying attention. Taya is abandoning their army like a bitch, but at least she stays alive. Well, sending that army back over there is gonna be kinda not good. Wow, we got 5 medium tanks here just cruising through the main base. And this army is going to take out the MCV, but it's not worth it. He's going to get the refinery as well, but he's going to lose his entire army. God damn. We got once again 31k for Leaf, 40k for Triple TP. Medium tanks are still alive. They're now going to try and cause damage to the other side. Triple TP is now also going to send over an entire blob to deal with 6 medium tanks. Why? Why? Stop it. There's no point. Well, at least they're going to take out a Harvester. Good value for Leaf, but he needs to move out those medium tanks if he wants to keep them alive. Oh, he's gonna go straight into the base! Straight into Triple TP's blob. Yeah, those medium tanks are not going to survive that onslaught. And yeah, the only thing I can say is now Leaf should probably take more grounds. Where is his second MCV? He's over here. He needs to send an MCV, and he needs to claim this area. If he can do that, he would be in a fantastic place. Probably get yourself an AA gun ready, move your entire army over there, and force something. Because if you, this is the key in matches like these, especially if they're getting so stale, is you need to try and gain map control, slowly but surely. And allies can do that pretty well with RTs, AA guns, and like I said, both players need longbows. Leaf needs them more than Triple TP because he has to do something about these Blackhawks. But Triple TP immediately rebuilt his lost MCV. He's going to reclaim that position, and he has to. Like at this point, we're 33 minutes into the game. There is almost no ore on this entire map. So the fact that there's so much ore regrown here is perfect for Triple TP to get that position back. And it would have also been very crucial for Leaf to get that back as well. But yeah, I'm actually surprised by the lack of... Oh! Hello, Triple TP? Were they all empty? No, they're not. Oh, okay. Crazy. Crazy shit. Crazy stuff going on here. But I'm actually disappointed about the lack of support power so far. So like Chronosphere and Missile Silo would have been huge to put the pressure on the other player. But why are we not using radar jammers? They're fantastic. Oh my god, but there's a Taya in that blob and Leaf has no Blackhawks. Can the medium tanks crush Taya? They can actually. And look at the sheer amount of medium tanks for Triple TP. He's definitely going to win this engagement for sure. With that artillery support as well. Blackhawks are coming in to seal the deal. With no ammo. So they're just trying to... Oh my god, there is a radar jammer. The Blackhawks were just there to cause fear. You know, the potential of being killed by a Black Hawk was there, but they had no ammo.
Satellite initialized.
This is ridiculous. But the army value difference is becoming larger and larger in Triple TP's favor. We got, and I cannot believe I'm about to say this, but we got 20k army value for Leaf. We got 45k army value for Triple TP. Even with 20k army value, which is already very exceptional for most 1v1s, there's a 25k army value difference still. What the fuck? Well, I'm glad to see radar jammers from... Ooh! Ooh! Painful! We love to see it. Really good. I'm actually not sure how he knew that was there. Maybe it was a wild guess. Taya's gonna lead the charge. There's not that many armored though. So this radar jammer and this one medium tank have a lot of hard work to do. But Leaf needs longbows. He needs to deal with those Black Hawks if he wants to come out on top. Leaf has a lot of work to do right now. And actually, Leaf needs aircraft in general. Aircraft is so good in scouting, being able to snipe units. I mean, they have to have ammo though to snipe units. Oh, but I just realized Triple TP doesn't have a helipad. Okay, now he should have a new helipad. There it is. And he lost his tier 3 twice in a row now by Leaf. I guess the conclusion is Triple TP is a coward. Oh, you might have had GPS up. Yeah, that's true. You might be right. That's a good explanation. Does any person have G... No, they don't. Okay. Oh, he's going in! Taya's gonna get bombarded! Oh, she dies! That's so huge! Needs to deal with those arties from Triple TP. Where's the radar jammer going? No, the pathfinding is garbage. But Leaf should still come out on top. There's not enough infantry support for Triple TP there. Leaf is gonna break free, but here come reinforcements. And look at these medium tanks, man. There's so many of them. This is crazy. We have seen a lot of epic battles so far. But my god. Why are they so scared? Why are there no base pushes going on? Why is there not a single flank going on? This flank is not even protected by Triple TP. Leaf Kid has gone in there with that army. Why am I not seeing long? I have so many questions and I'm bleeding out of my ears. Regardless, it's still a pretty entertaining match, I'm not gonna lie. I have to give props to Triple TP. He's making use of mechanics and medics a lot better than Leaf is. And so far he has made use of his aircraft a lot better than Leaf. But for some reason they completely forgot that support powers exist and that longbows exist. I do like this from Leaf though. This is the first time that anyone is actually sending aircraft over to have a look around, see what's going on. See if he can, you know, get some intel. Yeah, they're both playing Germany, exactly. So German Chronosphere could have been huge. And not even that, like Triple TP is in a fantastic position to build a missile silo. And as I'm saying that, he's actually doing it.
Initialized.
Oh my god. So if there's still, there's less than 20 minutes left. There's about 15 minutes left, which means that, yeah, we're probably gonna see a missile. An atomic missile being launched. Fairly sure. Triple TP is going for a split. I'm not sure why. Here comes Dead Ball Leaf again. Can he get a beautiful concave? This time is the question. Missile silo came down on the left here. There is a Tanya in the blob. But once again, he cannot keep Tanya safe from the Blackhawks. She's also leading the charge, so she might get booked. Here comes the Blackhawks. Tanya needs to run. Nope. She dies. That's also one of the reasons you want to bring mechanics, a lot of medics, so that they can actually survive Blackhawk onslaught. Here we go. Leaf is going in. All the Blackhawks are losing their lives. Longbows as well. I don't think Triple TP can hold this. For some reason, he wasn't reacting in time with his biggest blob to come out and help. So finally, Leaf might breach through. Lots of army lost here for Triple TP. Army values are back even, but all of that can turn around if this blob arrives in time to help out. Lots of damage is being done, but here comes Triple TP. Tanya is there. Tanya can do massive hits, and there's only one Blackhawk and it's out of ammo. This entire army is gonna die to Tanya. This is too much for my eyes. Holy shit. So many soldiers have lost their life on this battle. This is ridiculous. But the missile silo still stands. Looking at the destroyed loss step, is actually still fairly similar. 25k destroyed for Leaf, 27k lost. And Triple TP did make longbows now. So now finally Triple TP is able to harass the harvesters as well. Pretty much for free. Because there's no Aegon to be seen and he will be able to take out that harvester. Yeah, Triple TP did a lot of damage there with that Tanya. No Aegons are being made. Longbows are being made by Leaf so far, which is good. Seems like he got reminded by Triple TP that they exist. Army values are still fairly close. Yeah, the reason why there's such a big difference in units killed is mainly because Triple TP has so much tier 1.5 units to kill. Hey, what is that? Oh, it's a warrior ant. Wait! Could you chronosphere that warrior ant out of there? I'm pretty sure you can, right? That would actually be kind of funny. No, it is protected. What are you talking about? Tanya is not going to get that missile silo. Unless the pillbox fires at... No! The pillbox gonna... Oh! He gets it! He gets it. Missile silo denied. Well, Triple TP, I guess it's time to build a new one. Okay, well, good effort from Leaf. What am I hearing? What am I hearing? What's going on? Oh, longbow kills the Blackhawk. Perfect. Excellent. Look at this big blob yet again, dude. This is so crazy. This is such... I mean... You know, like, I hope these two players, Triple TP and Leaf, had a lot of fun. Because this is very extraordinary for an OpenRA 1v1. So, you know, I hope at least they had a lot of fun doing this match. There's a radar jammer there, Triple TP. Okay. Still, there is so many flanks not being protected. But I can see why this game can turn into such a stalemate. But here we go. Leaf is getting triggered once again by Triple TP's army. He's gonna move out that entire blob yet again. And this is the first time since long time that Leaf is ahead in army value. And once again, Triple TP has so much ore in his base. Alright, here we go. But this time, Leaf has the stronger army though. But he has to face Tanya again. He does have an RT to snipe it. He needs to kill her fast. Otherwise, he's gonna lose. This engagement. Oh my god, she's gonna be heroic fairly soon. This is crazy. She's getting so much value. Oh no, she's getting back to the old Tanya before the nerfs. She killed so much. And the medics are doing such a magnificent job. This was in the bag for Leaf, but he didn't use his RTs, and he did not have aircraft support to deal with Tanya. And this is what I mean. If you are going to send in an army that big in size, and you don't have anything ready to counter Tanya, then sorry my friend, but it's all on you.
Terminated.
And usually those are the kind of people that are going to complain about a unit like that. We're close to getting a heroic Tanya. What means the skull? The skull was some kind of nerf because players were getting frustrated that they couldn't find the unit inside a big blob. So every commando unit was given a skull icon, which was taken from Combined Arms. Alright, second missile silo is on its way. We're less than 10 minutes away from this battle to end. And like I said, like I predicted, 10 minutes into the game, the longer this game goes on, the more it's going to be in Triple TP's favor. Because he's not a bad player at all. It just takes him a long time before he can actually close out games. But he does come out on top though. He's definitely the more smarter player of the two so far. Satellite is being used by Leaf, I think? No, it's from... I thought I heard satellite being used from someone. But yeah, the fact that Triple TP had 4 war factories for such a long time has definitely worked out for him as well. And his Tanya has been getting so much value. Alright, if Triple TP manages to clean up this blob, then I hope he finally finds the confidence to deal damage. For some reason, he doesn't want to attack at all. I mean, he could have cleaned that up easily. He has Tanya and so much medics. Look at the amount of tanks this man has. Leaf is, I can't anymore. No way. No way he's gonna just give up because he can't handle it. Imagine actually being able to outdo your opponent by just pure time. I mean, I can see why, like, Darling, you know, I'm gonna play like an RGL match for like half an hour. Yeah, it'll be over soon. Like, you know, I'm up against Triple TP. I haven't played in a long time. I'll be fine. Like, give me half an hour. It'll be good. 2 hours later. Fuck. Do you want to draw and play another time? Actual negotiations for a draw. And, you know, like, you know, they're turning this into an actual world war. Like, the battle has been won, sorta, but the war is not over yet. They will fight another day. Oh. Is this what it takes, Triple TP? Finally, that your opponent is going to succumb to the amount of time that has went over? So all of a sudden, this man's gonna be like, alright, I'll just deadball my way and it's gonna be fine. Oh my god. Just be more creative. Oh my god, Spetsnaz, you ass. Come on, Triple TP, go for it, dude. She's heroic! Medic saved her from the Blackhawk. Oh my god, she's shooting so fast, just like in the old days. No, why are you going? Why are you going back? Black Elite Tanya got destroyed. Unfortunately. Oh, good RT, but it's gonna be sniped. Yep. Longbow pays the price though. He's waiting for the nuke. I don't care. He doesn't need the nuke.
Satellite terminated.
This is an actual war. Two fronts fighting across each other. Infantry is actually being targeted. Okay, Leaf is gonna be the one taking initiative. Radar Jammer is in such a bad position, but this one is in a perfect position. Leaf will not be able to fight his way through these tanks. Leaf is gonna succumb to the pressure and the time it took to fight this game. GG's, really great game. And oh my god, we have sit through it. It's been ridiculous, but it's not over yet, boys, because we have one more set. And indeed, it's kind of sad that we didn't get to see a nuke, but 53k army value for Triple TP. Oh my god. Ridiculous.
Battle control terminated.
Moving on. Alright, Hulk versus Sigil. Oh my god, this one takes another hour as well. Alright, I actually need a pee break right now. I'll be right back. This is fucking crazy. Alright. Revitalized. Let's go. The last set of the weekly highlights. And we've got Mr. Hulk versus Mr. Sigil in a Ukraine mirror. We've got Hulk in the top right and we've got Sigil in the bottom left. Making concrete walls. Surprisingly enough. Shame we just missed Triple TP versus Mo Life. Well, that probably it took even longer. If it was a good game, we'll probably see it next week. So don't worry. It's the year of the turtle in RNGL. Yeah, it definitely seems like it. It's actually ridiculously crazy. But regardless, we're gonna see Sigil going for a very greedy play. It's gonna rack skip. And Hulk is going for double riff. I don't think that Hulk actually does anything else except double riff. And there's no shame to that because it's probably one of the best builds still out there. But greediness can pay off for sure. So let's see how it goes. Yeah, the ending, I do have to agree with Danny Danko there. The ending did seem a little bit, it was disappointing to say the least. Leaf indeed did succumb to the time pressure, and Triple TP wasn't offensive and all to seal the deal. In the meantime, Tux, I appreciate you for staying up this late, but you have to make sure that mom doesn't find out though. She's gonna be up soon, isn't she? You need to be careful, man. You need to be careful. Poof. Man, that was actually kind of pretty energy draining, casting a long game like that. It did have its very hype moments though. We saw a lot of big engagements with big dick army values. Alright, this is gonna be some pretty good micro here from Sigil. I like it. You might be able to get a lot of... Ooh. He almost proved me wrong there. A good value from the flak truck there. Almost went wrong, but managed to redeem himself. Be cautious, Tux. Yes, exactly. If you can learn anything from my stream, it's to be cautious. Alright. So far, nothing out of the ordinary yet. Hulk will be the one taking all the oils. It seems like Sigil... Did he lose his flak truck? No, yeah, he did. Unfortunate. That was very unfortunate. Really good job casting that. It was really entertaining. Hey, I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Sometimes it's not easy, but you know, I've told this to Point One before, because Point One was complimenting me earlier in my Discord as well about my latest streams and stuff like that. And I do have to say, even though I did spend a little bit more time on focusing on Street Fighter and doing commentary for those tournaments, I did learn a lot from those as well. So I'm glad that my commentating is getting a lot better in that regard. This rifleman might be able to spot the engine. It's gonna be close. Oh, that was so close. But the NG will make it through. So let's see how this game is going to turn out as well. Sigil was fairly greedy, so even though so greedy, but still gets 4 minute and 20-second timing, which is normally the ideal double ref timing for an MCV. But he's gonna have a really fast MCV, which you know, might allow him to put pressure on that expansion fairly soon. But here we go. Hulk has a very good MCV timing actually for double ref. He does need to move over one harvester back over here, and the other one should go towards the expansion. But yeah, it's looking fairly even so far. And this actually might be a really good flank, and this time around there's 4 rockets in that army. And Sigil is going to move out the main MCV straight away, which means there is not going to be any static defense. So this war factory is going to die. Yeah. Gets taken out. I guess that's words. This army was still around the same cost as the war factory, but you know, looking at it in the long term, the war factory lost means there's at least no production in terms of vehicles for at least 40 seconds. And Sigil is going to continue building his refinery, which I think is a mistake. But it is what it is. Maybe he was also like, he was like, you know, I'm like 15 seconds away from building the next refinery. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep producing it. And you know, I can't blame him for that. That makes sense. But yeah, Hulk did deal a pretty good blow, and it's at a very crucial timing as well, because this is the time where getting medium tanks and heavy tanks are, you know, the tank count is fairly low. So being able to deal a blow like that is gonna make a big difference if these armies decide to clash together. And we can already see that going badly for Sigil. Hulk does have 3 heavy tanks at his disposal. Sigil immediately realizing that, Hulk is gonna go in for the chase. He's gonna return the favor and take out this heavy tank as well. with a couple more rifles. So yeah, pretty good engagement for a Hulk, and he's doing a pretty good job expanding as well, fairly fast. It's gonna cover a lot of terrain. But I feel like instead of going for this expansion, if I were him, I would have probably put up the pressure up here. Not only for the offense, but also the fact that you close off this area for yourself. So you're also keeping your expansion safe up here. Whereas if you put your MCV over here, these two expansions are very vulnerable, and it's going to be very hard for Big Hulk to keep these safe. Well, it's looking good. Sigil is gonna go for double war factory, and Hulk has the exact same idea. Meanwhile, Hulk is gonna go for a flank. Sigil is there with the response. He's already waiting. He's playing very defensive right now, and with good reasons. I would have loved to see the same flank as last time from Hulk. That one would have been very effective. Everything on the front lines is completely closed off. Another scout here. Very good scouting from Sigil so far, so he's going to be completely ready for this attack. And he's going to have the better concave as well. Oh, yes he does. Oh my god. Even though Hulk had an extra heavy tank there, it was completely meaningless. Solid, solid. Hulk is now going to try his luck on the other side, but Sigil is now going on a counter-offensive, I believe. And I believe Sigil will still be able to defend this fairly well. Static defense straight in the heavy tank's face. I'm not sure if I like that because it's not the best. Not sure why that second MCV is moving over there as well. He had the building range he needed. But Hulk's army is going to be caught. He will go out with taking the war factory with him. Definitely not worth there either. And just like that, Sigil is ahead in double the army value. 20k versus 10k. War factory on this side as well. I'm not sure if I like that, so I hope he's gonna put his other war factory on primary production. No, not for the time being. It depends. It would be actually very smart to switch primary productions in between. Like getting a couple of heavy tanks over here is a pretty good idea to get some flanking going on. There's still one heavy tank alive that can do some harassment later. These three heavy tanks are going to be pretty good later on. Yeah, calm before the storm, pretty much. Ooh, that's a really good position for Sigil, actually. He's gonna see the army. And Sigil should see that MCV as well, but you know, he's not paying attention obviously, whereas Sigil is paying attention to this expansion just because he has the MCV. Hulk spots it just in time as well to punish this expansion option from Sigil. He's gonna get the MCV as well. Very nice awareness from Hulk. Three heavy tanks in the meantime over there are still doing absolutely nothing at all. There is a harvester missing here, which is unfortunate. Here we go. The armies are going to clash. Once again, the flamethrowers from Sigil or from Hulk are actually going to be really good at this. Yeah. And it is causing fear in Sigil. Is immediately going to retreat, standing behind the flame tower. Ooh, friendly fire right now because of the heavy tank, but I think that's Hulk is still gonna come out on top because of the heavy tanks, but he is going to retreat. Those flamethrowers were definitely put to good use there. Very nice. In the meantime, the 3 heavy tanks have found their destination. Oh, I'm not sure if I should do that. Okay, Sigil was not paying attention, luckily. But Hulk needs a... He needs a racks up here. Sigil once again is gonna try and take out that expansion in the bottom right. I'm not sure if he will able to, but both players are actually suffering an eco loss, and it's actually really surprising that Hulk hasn't mined this expansion at all. He's been sitting there for at least 5 minutes, if not longer. Now he actually might lose that expansion. Especially if he's going to attack move. His flamethrowers would have been a lot better off standing behind the Tesla coil. But the flamethrowers are still getting massive amounts of value here. This is crazy. And he is going to be able to hold it off. Very good defense here. Yeah, a couple of these flame towers, like these 3, all these 3 actually are better off being sold. And he definitely has to get a refinery up here, which I believe we're going to see about now, hopefully. Or it could be on the other side. It's on the other side. Oh, here's those 3 same heavy tanks actually causing havoc here. I believe that one harvester is still going to go down. If he's not gonna take care of this problem, he could lose all of his harvesters here. Heavy tanks DPS is pretty insane. And here comes option number 2 for Sigil's gonna try again. He's gonna lose the yak. No, it's close. But now with V2 support and yak vision support, he's gonna try again. Oh, NG got captured. He captured the MCV. Hulk didn't realize it. That pissed him off for sure. We have to be careful, otherwise he's gonna go full Hulk on us. We don't want that. Very cheeky MCV right there. Harvesters are not working either, so yeah, both players are still stalling like crazy. This is something that Sigil has as well. Sigil is actually having problems right now because of Hulk taking this expansion early on. He's denying this expansion and denying a lot of eco for Sigil. So this is pretty good. This might be the reason that Hulk will come out on top, because he does have a lot more eco to give, but he's also donating a lot more army to Sigil as well. But here we go, he's going to go on another offensive here. Ooh, wow, Sigil, that is very, very ballsy. And it doesn't even work out because he instantly loses a harvester as well. He loses a refinery, loses another harvester over here. So it's gonna be an army value advantage versus an eco advantage. Almost a heroic flamethrower here. Pretty good. Oh! Almost returned the favor, but Sigil saw it in time. He's gonna sell... Yeah, he's gonna sell the refinery and deny that from happening. Oh no, oh no, oh no, forget about that eco advantage. This single heavy tank has killed 2 harvesters, probably 3, and took out a refinery. It's almost elite as well. What is going on here, man? So much chaos. So much chaos. Oof. It's expensive as well. Once again, Sigil with a pretty good army value lead versus the Hulk here. The V2s are doing an excellent job, and there's not much that the Hulk can do about it. He has to go in. Oh, that's painful. Yep, one shots that Tesla coil. does still have an extra racks though. Lots of friendly fire there. Flame Tower is in range to deal with the V2. Another MCV, weirdly enough. Where is that one going to go? Oh, he should have built a power plant here so he can build another Flame Tower right next to it. But Sigil is desperate for eco, and you can tell. A new refinery has come online, so far away from this ore patch, but he needs the eco. This is looking like my V2 minigame. Yak's still trying to take out power plants, I believe. So, yeah, the reason why Hulk is all the time making a combo, you can tell that he's getting a lot of eco advantage, but he needs to get harvesters over there ASAP to improve his eco. He's still floating 4k, which actually surprises me. How many harvesters does he have still? 7. Oh no, Sigil forgot to retreat his harvesters. He's gonna donate 2 harvesters, even a 3rd one perhaps. And Sigil is still desperate to get more eco. But he's also using the harvesters to do some soaking. And it's paying off. Oh, what a V2 shot. Army values are almost dead even for a split second. And now Hulk, since a very long time, is taking the lead. That's very expensive for only killing 1 power plant. That's unfortunate. Yeah, big fights on the right side here for this expansion. But I believe Sigil slowly but surely will be able to take it. But once again, Sigil is forced to not being able to mine from this expansion, which is kind of crazy. Going for power plant is a good move. It's a good move if he could preserve his yaks. That's the thing. Alright, here we go. Sigil once again is going to put on the pressure. And actually, Hulk is not building anything at all except for static defenses. But he's not paying attention, so I'm guessing he's busy somewhere else. And he is. He's trying to eco-harass this patch, which is a pretty good idea, but in the meantime he's losing this expansion, and actually keeping this expansion for himself was very crucial. Luckily for him, he's been able to deal a pretty big blow on the other side. He killed 3 harvesters. But finally, after 20 minutes, Sigil manages to retake this expansion for himself. And yeah, Hulk never rebuilt here. He also needs harvesters really badly, because he's running out of cash right now. Losing that expansion in the bottom forces him to rebuild over here and get new harvesters out here as well, for sure. Both of his MCVs are unpacked, so he can no longer build. He's pushing in the main base, trying to get rid of the main base as well. He might be able to do so, but it's gonna be close. The V2 support from behind will turn that around, I believe. Yes, sir. Should be able to preserve. Yeah, he should be able to preserve his buildings for sure. In the meantime, though, Hulk is doing a pretty good damage over here as well. Like, he actually was able to kill off 2 expansions from Sigil, while Sigil managed to claim 1 in the bottom right. So, yeah, pretty good job from the Hulk. Let's hope he can keep it that way. But like I said, he needs to rebuild his eco. Look at all this ore regrowth in the main base. Very crazy. Definitely should do something about that if he wants to keep himself in this game. Many thanks for the kind words, boys. I appreciate it. You know I do. You know I love you guys. It's probably the only reason why I'm still doing this, because you guys probably realize that I am no longer playing this game. But I'm still enjoying casting the game, so. It's actually been kind of crazy that I've been doing this for 2 years. Nice, Sigil's low power again, so indeed, being able to snipe all those power plants have been paying off. In fact, Sigil doesn't really have a lot left to work with. Fortunately, losing those yaks over and over like that is gonna cost the Hulk as well. But the Hulk is still in a good position, but I would love to see at least, he needs to do an eco slide, at least get one harvester off of here. But there we go, perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. That's what I wanted to see. That is gonna boost his eco for sure. Sigil, on the other hand, is floating 10k all of a sudden. Yeah. He's on 6 harvesters with 3 Raxes, that makes sense. But he did suffer a big loss though in terms of expansions. I like it. I like it. This is looking good. This is looking a lot better. This is gonna be great for the Hulk. Actually, he might be able to do it versus Sigil. Sigil is gonna go on the offense, it seems, for the very, very first time. Let's see who's gonna go first, because if Hulk decides to go in, then Sigil might be forced to retreat. Whereas the Hulk still has some time to go... No, the Hulk is gonna go in for the chase, but actually he might be too late. I think it would have been better for Sigil if he actually tried to do, for Hulk if he actually tried to do some damage as well. Oh, but actually Sigil is going to retreat. That's a huge deal. He left a refinery up alive, didn't kill a harvester. So Sigil is as scared as the Hulk is from losing this game, and for good reasons actually, because Sigil is close to losing. Doesn't have a lot. Hulk is definitely in a much better position. Would have loved to see some tier 3 play eventually. I think that especially Hulk was in a good position to do so. Once again, he's floating 7k now after just restoring his eco and getting a couple of harvesters on different ore patches. So having actually tier 3 for him would have been great. Could have used a lot of MIGs to deny all these harvesters. He could build an iron curtain. Maybe get a demo truck to get rid of this army. Lots of options available. Ah, is that a waypoint? No. Seems like Hulk doesn't love yaks. He hates them. Every time he produces them, he wants to get rid of them as soon as he can. Okay. Oh my god, there's a lot of flamers in here. Holy shit. That's a ton of flamers. Look at that. Oh my... Okay, let's have a look at his army. 29 flamers and 56 rifles. That's kind of crazy, dude. Alright, here we go. Here's that big engagement we've been waiting for. It's gonna come down to the V2 shots of both players. That one was a pretty good one. The concave is looking good for both players. Look at the flames. There's so much flames and all the infantry is being covered. The flames are gonna annihilate this entire army from Sigil. Oh my god. But it's still coming down to the wire though. But Hulk barely comes out on top in that engagement. Preserving all of his V2s. He's gonna push his luck though, yeah, and that's gonna result in losing that army as well. So yeah, we're back to square one. Back to square one. These two rockets have been sitting here for quite some time, so I'm actually surprised that Sigil never rebuilt this refinery either. But yeah, let's have a look at the graphs in the meantime. Oh, look at that. So like I said, the earnings graph has been in the Hulk's favor for a very long time. The reason that Sigil is still alive is because he's been trading a lot more effectively in comparison to the Hulk. As we can see, he's been able to mostly be in charge of the army value. This is the first time once again that the Hulk is ahead. And the only reason the Hulk has been able to come back every single time is because, obviously the army graph doesn't show that, but because Sigil preserved his army so well, because he didn't have that much eco to give, whereas Hulk could just keep producing because he had an extra expansion over Sigil. But so far he's doing a pretty good job attacking back and forth. He's gonna get another harvester here, maybe. Oh, there's an attack from Sigil for the very first time. Once again, a good counter attack, and Sigil is not, or Hulk is not in a position to be able to defend this, but Sigil's too afraid to go any further. Unfortunate. Okay, V2s are going to go for the MCV. Unfortunately, he doesn't have any yaks to support that, because the MCV can just unpack. Oh, but it's gonna be too late. Okay. Here we go, infantry versus infantry, but Hulk unfortunately decides to retreat. I think he could have taken a good fight there, because once again he has so many flamers in that army, but there's a lot of heavy tanks as well. Unfortunately, Sigil is not helping out his tanks, and they're getting murdered. Hulk can definitely take this fight. He traded very well actually with having no armor at all. And Hulk went to tier 3. Okay. Yeah, it's a very close fight actually. Sigil went to tier 3 as well. So at close to minute 30, we're gonna see tier 3 from both players. Sigil once again is low power, but yeah, losing 2 yaks for not being able to kill a power plant even is definitely not worth. Would have loved to see like a unit loss count, how many units people lost, because I'm not sure how many yaks Hulk has lost already. But this could be a very good engagement for Hulk. He has 4 V2s to support his army. Sigil has 2, but Hulk is going to retreat. And actually, like, there's so much map control for the Hulk, but I feel like he's way too focused on this. Whereas he could have actually dealt damage. He could have prevented this mining over here. He has the ability to flank over here because there's no scouts. Oh, that got scouted by the spy plane, I'm pretty sure. But Hulk realized in time, and he preserves most of his army though, which is good. And once again, we're going to see a big engagement. All of the V2s fired their shots, so it's going to come down to the army. Heavy tank from Sigil is trying to go in again, but there's so many flamers and they're going to be once again decisive. Hulk barely comes out on top. He has no more infantry production. Maybe he has run out of it, but he's going to produce mammoths. Are we going to see an IC as well? Was that must have been a demo truck of some sort. Blew up a little bit of the expansion, but not enough. Paratrooper drop is perfect onto one of the only power plants that Sigil has. And this is a very close battle, but it seems like Hulk finally has come out on top. And Sigil calls the GG. Hulk takes it over Sigil. Very crazy battle actually. All right.
Battle control.
Well, we're heading into the last game of the evening, boys. Get comfy, because we can now take a breather, chill a little bit, and we're going over to Sompio. The only map being, or the only fight we see on this map this week. I think Hans played a best of 5 here versus, can't remember the guy's name anymore. Only 17 minutes this time. Yeah, we're in luck, boys. It's a short game. We're in luck. But yeah, we finally come to the end of this stream once again, and we're gonna close it off with another Sigil versus Hulk game. This time it's gonna be Soviets versus Allies. And yeah, we're playing on Sompio, probably one of my favorite maps in this RGL pool. Hasn't been played that much, but at the same time, I would probably never pick this map either, because I would probably feel very uncomfortable on playing this map. I feel like this map is probably one of the hardest to play. And I don't know, I feel like this map is, I think this is a very good map. Pinktodd really overdone himself in this one. It's a very large map. There's a lot of flank opportunities. Like even the flank underneath your main base is double. You can get flanked from this side, but also from this side and getting through here. But in my opinion, the middle is perfectly done. It is made in a way that controlling the middle is actually not that great, but there's also so many passages through the middle as well, which is great. There's a sneaky one over here, there's one over here, there's a sneaky one to your main base, your main ore patch. There's so many of them, it's brilliant. Really like this one. Good dog value here from Sigil. He's gonna win the early game for sure. He already took a big win here. Let's have a look how much he killed. 4 rifles versus 1. That's a pretty big win. Already worth the dog. Question is, can he do that for the other oil as well? Lots of early scouts from Hulk so far. I feel like this is a little bit too soon to be placing scouts down, because having the early game is very crucial. You want to have as many rifles available as you can to win engagements. And if he had all those scouts present with him in this blob, he would have probably won that engagement as well. And we're so early into the game that being able to scout those flanking options is pointless. There's no need to do that. Anyway, Sigil is going to be able to take that oil away from the Hulk. So winning that early game paid off for him. In the meantime, I'm surprised that nobody goes for this oil first. This is so close, and I've been talking about this before. If you go for an engineer first, you will get this oil sooner, which means you get more income sooner, which means you can spend more early on as well. So I'm surprised that both players actually kept this oil as last. Alright, flak truck for Sigil and Ranger for the Hulk. Hulk seems to be doing a pretty good job at making that second batch of infantry, because Sigil is almost floating 2k money with 4 harvesters in the bank, so he could have produced a lot more infantry. This flak truck is unfortunately not going to have a great time with 2 medics present, third one coming in as well. So all this damage done by the flak truck will be completely useless. And it's a double light vehicle built from the Hulk. No, he's gonna lose the Ranger. Oh my god. Unfortunate. Ranger is one of the best light vehicles in the game, and it's also one of the light vehicles, except for the flak truck, I feel like that gives a lot of value in the late game as well. Flak trucks obviously provide a lot of value because, you know, they're a pretty good unit in the late game, being able to fend off aircraft, but they're also pretty good at killing artillery and stuff. Artillery and V2s. But this is still a very effective blob. There's 4 rockets in that blob. There's a couple of medics that can tank and fight off these rifles. So Sigil's gonna be forced to make a static defense, and he's going to do that right now. He has to retreat his harvesters, so a very good reaction on that. Light tank is gonna go down, so that's gonna make this a lot harder. And yeah, Hulk needs to abandon. He needs to get away. He's gonna try and kill the SD, but that's not gonna work. Close. Almost paid off. Very similar SD timings here and MCV timings. Oh. Hulk is gonna skip this patch. I don't know about. Oh, he's not even built. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. He's not building any buildings. Oh, he forgot. Oh no, he forgot too many. He's only on 1 racks. Ay, 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 ay. Oh, that's big. That could actually cause him to lose this game. Okay. Nice. He's gonna get away with taking that oil. Of course he has to do that after I compliment. It's a commentator's curse, man. I've been there plenty of times. It is what it is. Still has a good amount of money to share, but I don't like him skipping that expansion. It also means his harvesters have to travel a very long distance in order to eco slide. And at the same time, I would have loved, if you look at the map as well, like this handful of trees here, it's perfect if you set up your MCV over here so you can defend a lot easier. Right now, once again, you're in that same position. If you build behind the ore patch away from your opponent, then it's almost impossible to protect your harvesters in a good way. This is a pretty good attack from Sigil. Harvester is going to escape, but the expansion has been denied. And this is very dangerous because now, yeah, look at that. The Hulk now has to send over his entire army from the bottom of the map all the way up to his main base to defend the main base from that incoming attack. Sigil is chilling in the main base, so he will be able to take out this army very efficiently. He has a nice concave as well, attacking from 2 different angles. And yeah, this army from the Hulk is getting dismantled without being able to do any damage. Hello, move command? Why move command? Why move command? Showing mercy. Preposterous. Alright, having an extra war factory up here is going to be great. That means Sigil is going to be able to reinforce his army very quickly and also very close to the main base of the Hulk. The Hulk has the exact same idea, but so far it hasn't been paying off because Sigil has been playing very defensive in his main base. And he has a very good army advantage as well, so he can afford leaving a chunk of his army in the main base. And I like this from Sigil. He could have moved the MCV a little bit further. Like over here maybe. But it doesn't really matter. Like, he's going to deny this expansion from the Hulk, which is very crucial for the Hulk. And yeah, that's going to make it really hard for him to win. He's going to send over an engagement here, but these 2 flame towers are going to deny that as well. And flame towers, they deal pretty decent damage against tanks, especially against medium tanks because they don't have that much health compared to heavy tanks. And even with that Tesla coil there, it's going to be really hard for Hulk to take this expansion back. And I don't think did he lose the MCV in the process? No, I think this is his main MCV, right? Yeah, this is main MCV. But yeah, he's broke. He didn't build a refinery over here in time. He has 1 harvester not working, which I hope he fixes. He's got way too many harvesters sitting in his main base, so he never eco slid either. So yeah, this could be his downfall. Ooh, actually he got an Engie over here taking the... Wait, did he get the MCV as well? I think we missed a very great moment over here, boys. But I think Hulk actually managed to take the MCV and the refinery from Sigil very sneakily. And he actually manages to get away with the MCV as well. So he is going to have double tick. Oh, but this is a very good attack. Sigil is coming in with an engineer as well. Almost got crushed. But Hulk is not going to be able to defend that expansion. Very crucial expansion for Hulk as well. And this is going to be the decider, I am sure. Which is unfortunate, because if Hulk played a little bit more solid in the early stages of the game, having that double tick MCV is a huge thing. Here's the retaliation from the Hulk, but once again, Sigil has a very strong army still chilling in the main base. Should be enough for him to win this engagement. He manages to preserve his V2 as well, which is going to be very crucial. And his infantry is now split up from his tanks. All of his medium tanks are getting one-shotted by the density of rockets here. Yeah. This is over and done. Refinery has been sold in time. I'm actually amazed that Hulk saw the engineer. Sigil was trying to claim it back. But yeah, Hulk is out of cash, so even though he has the double MCV, there's not much he can do about it. Actually surprised he hasn't given up yet, but he still has a formidable army. But in comparison to Sigil, like, now he has to make a choice. Where is he going to attack? Is he going to attack or defend his main base? Or does he want to attack this incoming attack? And he's going to decide to go for this attack because he obviously saw it passing through the vision of the oil. But now he can't defend his main base. And look at that, 2 heavy tanks coming in from the top right as well. Perfect multi-prong attack. All of his harvesters are going down, and his main base is in shambles. This army did retreat, so he's doing a pretty nice job going back and forth with this army. He actually did a really nice job defending both positions with one army. Very good job, but unfortunately it's not going to matter. He did manage to recover his eco on the right side. He finally got an expansion going for himself, but he lost so many harvesters in the main base. And yeah, Sigil is in safe territory once again, hiding behind 2 flame towers and a Tesla coil. Yeah. Oh, he's going to second thoughts, but here comes reinforcements. Hulk is completely trapped. I want to finish this last game. Oh, we're getting close to the end for sure. Sigil could have definitely harassed this a lot more. Let's have a look at the earnings and army graphs. Earnings are very similar all of a sudden, which is kind of crazy. But of course, Hulk got an insane boost with getting that that expansion going. And the army graph, yeah, the army graph says it all. Nothing that the Hulk can do here, but he is going to try and do some damage. This is the very first time that he might actually find the main base of Sigil completely undefended. Sigil is on tier 3 as well. So yeah. Hulk was doing pretty well, and especially that first game, he managed to clutch it out versus Sigil. And Sigil is a very good player with a lot of experience in OpenRA, so being able to take a game off him, being a fairly new player, is a really good thing. Even though this army is going to be able to deal massive damage, Sigil is completely out of position. It's not gonna matter because this is the army that Hulk needed to defend his main base and try to recover. And now obviously Sigil means that if he sees this army in his main base, that means it's green light to go to the main base of the Hulk. But I have to say, this army has done an incredible amount of damage in a very short time. He has completely wiped his entire main base in a very short amount of time. But here comes the big army from Sigil right now. It's gonna wipe the floor with the main base yet again from the Hulk. War factory is being stolen. The Hulk will deny that. I was about to say Sigil was on a little bit on the slower side reacting with his army, but regardless. Small attack here on the right side as well. Yeah, he's got a small army there harassing the harvesters with 2 rockets in there. That's great, dude. That's really good. Look at that. It's gonna get another one for sure. Yep. Parallel's gonna be called in. Hulk is amazed as well. He calls the GG, and in the end, it became 1-1. So, yeah, very well played from Hulk. Like I said, it's a pretty good job being able to take a game off of Sigil. So yeah, well played to Hulk. And there we have it. That was the last match of the RGL highlights for tonight. For some reason my arm is sore as well. I have no idea why. But yeah, have a good night, Tux. I guess it's almost 7 AM for you, so I'm not sure how much you are going to be able to sleep. But yeah, thanks a ton for hanging out with me, boys. I appreciate it.